What's up, everybody? Welcome to this spooktacular episode of Friday Night Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing Dark Frontier. This is session 9. I'm Jaso, the DM. Who else is joining me on this spooky Friday evening?
Hey everyone, I'm Bailey, and I am playing Neyts, the Lightfoot Halfling, Circle of Wildfire Druid.
Hey, it's me. I'm Luke, and I'm playing the Illithid Artificer.
You're muted, Kevin.
Muted, Kevin.
I should just dubbed it as he was talking. It would have been perfect.
That would have been good. My name's Kevin, and I'm playing Cogman, your Warforged fighter rogue.
What's up, everybody? I'm Slim. I'll be playing Rost and Shinjizuka, aka Thunderfall, the wonderful, now apparently slightly nerfed Artificer Armorer. I'm watching you, wizards.
What's up? And I'm playing Baltro Keys, but my friends, they call me Bolt.
We call you Pops.
They call me that too.
I might call you dead eventually.
They... Jeez.
Keep going the way we going.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nick, and I am playing Ironhide, a GIF, Barbarian, Bosun, Captain, Major, Legendary, Umber Hulk, slaying, no longer a statue. Giffiest GIF of all time. Hungriest hippo. So awesome.
Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate that. A big thanks, as always, for our cool and sick-ass character art, Lumen Arts. Go check out his Twitter. I'm posting him in the chat here. Go give him a follow. He's been doing some really cool stuff, doing some like full scenes of stuff instead of just character portraits and things like that. It's really great stuff. Reminds me of Dark Dungeons. It's really cool. Go take a look at that. A thank you to Qui Squared, Extreme Moves, Clyde's, Tiger, Slippery Steve, who, speaking of, also does Spelljammer streams, so go check out his channel. But yeah, thank you guys for following. Thank you, Kevin, for the resub. I appreciate that. As you guys, everyone here in the chat, and those of you who may be just hanging out and lurking, you guys are building up stream channel points that you can use to buy fun stuff. You can check all those deets out at the bottom left of the chat, where you see the weird bits, the little purple glowing thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can buy with that, including inspiration, a +1 to anybody's rolls, curios, which are like a single-use consumable magic item, expedition tickets, which is like our meta currency. We just came out with a new reward, the Terror reward, which is a interesting little thing that you can activate that may make things a little spooky. It may be something as simple as a chill across the back of the neck of a player, or something more dire, depending on where they're at that particular scene. So we'll see. If you guys give us a follow, you get an immediate boost of 500 points. And as you see in the stream, because husband and wife just bought one, that's enough to immediately buy the +1. And that's for me. It's for me. Thank you very much, husband and wife stream. I appreciate that. But yeah, so if you follow, you can get an immediate boost of points. And if you're a subscriber, you also get a multiplier to your points. So as you're watching, you'll be building up more than if you were to not be subbed. So, and all of that money that I get goes right back into the stream. And so I can blow it all at the Roll20 marketplace. So I appreciate that. We also have stream stickers, which Specs loves to throw around. So you can slap those around whenever you want. If you're a subscriber, you get channel-specific stickers. And if you are interested in getting a little bit more details of any of the characters that you see here on the stream, we also have the D&D Beyond plugin, so you can mouse over, give a click to that. I believe it'll be over on the right side, and then you can see all the characters. We keep HP tallies within Roll20, so you're not going to see their current HP, but you can see that pretty much on the maps here down below me. But you can see all the equipment that they're carrying. They just recently leveled up to level 6, so you can kind of take a look at them and see their stat sheets and stuff like that. Get a better idea of what's up with them. That is really it. for my housekeeping, I'm hearing a little bit of a echo for myself. It's very subtle.
Oh
no.
no, is it me?
It's Cog. You gotta
I
open
think
up.
it's me, yeah.
I think it may be old Cogman over there.
God damn it,
I
Cogman.
may mess with my settings, yeah. Oh, it's the new computer. Let me just fix it.
Blame
That's
it
okay.
on the machines, am I right, Organics?
It's user error, so.
repeat everything everybody says.
Let me go ahead and hand out some inspiration, as we always do.
Give me that card.
This is the Yu-Gi-Oh time, where the funk
Did I
is the
draw
host
one?
channel button.
No. How do we get rid of these? Get these out of my face.
How does someone host a channel? You just do /host?
Yeah.
I meant to ask that because I have everybody auto-hosted, and for some reason, sometimes it doesn't work.
Now is the time for you guys to switch cards, but before you do that, I just want to give one more quick shout out. We have a giveaway. I've been mentioning it on over on the Twitter, and all you guys have to do is make sure you're followed on this channel, and somewhere during this stream, I don't know where, maybe it's towards the middle and we take a quick little break. That's probably where it's going to be. All I'm going to do is ask who is in the stream, and whoever is not a player here, if you guys answer, whoever answers first is going to get a Rime of the Frost Maiden hardcover, which is a pretty new release and has some spooky stuff, and has actually a really cool read because there's a lot of it's got sort of a standard linear path that a lot of the supplements take, but towards the beginning more front loaded than back loaded. There's just a ton of really fun offshoots and quests that you can take that some are more important than others, but it just is ample room for inspiration for you to maybe just pick off and take a look at. So plenty of fun stuff. I may have adapted just some small pieces of that into this, so you'll see that. But yeah, make sure you stick around the stream. Make sure you're followed if not already, and you'll get a chance to win that. So just keep an eye out. In the meantime, did you guys want to trade any inspiration cards? How you feeling? You like your stuff?
I'm okay.
I have a bunch of psionic users, right? So I can trade them this psionic card.
Yeah, nope, psych. Just kidding.
What's that?
Any?
What's up?
Not a psionic.
It's a poor joke.
No, I'm not psionic.
Okay, let's see. If that is it, and you guys are all happy with your cards, why don't we start to roll to see who wants to give the recap from last session?
Oh, fuck.
I will never have karma for my actions.
Please just let it be Ironhide. What'd you do the last session?
I should just sit there quietly. Yeah.
I believe I am immune, so Mr. Cogman and Ironhide.
You don't want to just go for fun? Just just kicks and
Don't
giggles?
do it, Kyle.
Do
No.
No, sir.
Sure.
I've done 2 5 recaps. I am quite alright.
Do it.
Ah, fuck!
How do I sound? Testing.
You sound like
I
Jason.
sound like Jason.
What
I'm
the?
like the wizard.
Fuck! Hang on. This needs to be
Yeah.
fixed. Hang on.
Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of issues with clownfish lately as well.
What's
Man,
to say?
it's
How's the
never.
Any echo yet? Good? Echo?
Testing. I don't hear anything. I think you're okay. Give me 2 seconds here.
Cogman.
Yeah. Get back to the forward operating base, licking our wounds. Cogman pretty much went offline for like 3 days. He was so tired. We got back. We reported into the commander guy. Again, names. But
Off-Rider Barry.
him, Barry, Off-Rider Barry. We reported in about how it seemed like the Dark Trine was trying to breed the things.
Yogis.
The Neogis were trying to breed the Wishlight Marauders or whatever, right? That's what we found out.
They were trying to breed other. I don't know. You're.
Something with the Witchlight Molotov. And so, yeah, pretty much from there, we pretty much took it easy. We had 2 months where we were just doing just normal patrolling. Il was making booze or something. I don't know. He's making things.
Big guns.
Making guns. And
Brains of big guns.
it was, it's been a pretty easy couple weeks. I think those are the other than crafting stuff. I think those are the major. We've made some weapons. Yeah, I think we got some gems with the tickets that we had.
Handed in your notes to Off-Rider Barry, but before doing so, you guys were able to take a look. I believe, Il, were you the one who took a look at them?
I don't remember actually.
Don't you have comprehend languages?
Oh yeah. That's why, because I did have comprehend languages
Yeah.
to look at it. Yes, that's right.
So before handing them over to Barry, he took a look at the notes. It denoted that the Shrine had discovered a few remains of a creature called the Witchlight Marauder, which to all of your knowledge from what you know and have been told are essentially planet destroyers, a massive bioweapon that was used as an element of war some time back in a thing called the Unhuman Wars. The location of where they found these things was undetermined, as it was not listed in the notes. You learned that a Vodani sect, which are sort of like the werewolf people of the Shrine, used labs on a place called Scourge to craft a serum called the Witchlight Mutagen that promotes hyper-reproduction in its subjects. And finally, with a third note that you had collected, you were able to find out that all of the current supplies that was used to create the mutagen was moved off-world from Scourge due to the Baron of that area's interference. And we're currently running on a frigate Spelljammer called the Clapper Claw. The notes were giving checkway relays of where the frigate was headed and moving through wild space. And you had a feeling that perhaps with some study you could pinpoint a location on where you may be able to catch up with it with a little bit of study. I handed those over. You guys got a couple different rewards. You got some expedition notes that you guys used pretty handily, and you also got the, let's see here, what was it? The Blast and Slash, which is a cool mixture of a melee weapon and shotgun, essentially a blunderbuss. And you guys did a bit of shopping, had a bit of partying over the 2 months, ran various missions, sometimes running into one another, but largely going on your own. And at the end of the 2 months, you were called in by Off-Rider Barry, and before meeting with him, you were ordered to head down to the docking bay. And that is where you were introduced to your new vessel, which was not a repaired Spelljammer that you had previously piloted, but instead a wholly new one, the squid
Thing
ship.
of beauty.
And I'm so excited to have a new ship that we named because I don't know if I said it at the time, but it's bad luck to rename a ship, and we definitely renamed a ship, and we got that one cut.
So after reviewing your ship, you were told by the patroller guard who was given these orders by Off-Rider Barry to take a look at your new ship, give it a once-over, make sure that all of the supplies and everything that you would need have been moved correctly on the boards of the ship, and any information for the ship, if you guys want to take a look at that, that is similarly to how the Caravel was displayed. You can look under Rules. And your ship is, as you guys titled it last session, the Killamari Squid Ship.
Hell yeah. That's good shit.
It has
That is
updated
shit.
stats and some different things there, a little bit of info on it. The Squid Ship, formerly the Cephalopod class brigs, were squid-shaped spelljammers. Because of their simple design, ease of use, and maneuverability, they're very popular vessels among traders and explorers. They merged elements of seafaring sailing ships with an elegant functional design of nautiloids. Their simple design allowed squid ships to be operated by a relatively small crew, and when employed for trading purposes, squid ships typically held a minimum complement of 12 individuals, although you guys could probably get away with 1 or 2 less members. but could hold up to a maximum of 45 individuals without needing to compromise its air supply. Usually manned by a human crew. Plenty of space on board here for you all, and nearly twice the size as your previous ship.
Well, look at that. A reward for a mission well done and a mission accomplished.
Also, testing.
Still the same. Still Jason.
Sound like Jason.
Fuck that. Wow.
That extra sounded like Jason.
Fuck that.
Fuck you, pal.
Cogman looks over to Ill. Does the ship give you any sort of comfort? It looks like you.
You know, that's pretty fucking insensitive, you know? I point to a mop bucket and say, you know, does that give you any comfort? It looks like you. You see how that feels? It's not nice,
Wow, Ill is so sensitive.
Well, I mean, with your inferior eyes, I could understand the mistake.
Oh, just.
I just, you know, it's got the tentacle things. You've got tentacles.
Yeah, no, with the metal thing, you get right along with the mop bucket, right?
I mean, it's easier to talk to than you guys sometimes.
Stick to it then.
Oh, you guys are petty.
Can you attend to those? Can you attend to those burns, Emma?
That's a good one, Bolt. Good one, Bolt.
Anyway, this ship's great.
Thunder's gonna be walking up on the ship with a giant, metal-like contraption in his hands, looking to you guys. Greetings, crew. I have missed you over our long deployment at base.
Well, since you're on the ship now, you don't have to go walking around in that big armor, right? You can pop on out and zoom around, do what you guys do.
Is there anybody else on the ship other than us, and have we left the dock yet?
I think the potatoes are on the ship.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to see tokens on the ship, Jason.
Yeah, we don't technically have a mission or anything at the moment. We haven't been given orders.
Unless you guys want your tokens on here,
Okay.
I'll move them over when you guys begin to head out.
Well,
It's been a easy couple months.
it's been a delicious couple months, yeah. Anyway, what is our next mission? We need to find that ship, right?
As you are taking a look at your ship, Bolt, you'll be pulled aside by the patroller guard, and he'll mention to you, once you're done giving it a once-over, sir, and I have your approval, you'll need to head over to Off-Rider Berry for your briefing on the next mission.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
What's left to get her up and running? Is she got any more downtime, or is she ready to go?
As far as I'm aware, sir, you are going to be assigned the same crew as before that you ran on in your previous mission, he says with some amount of discretion, it seems like.
Good. Want to keep them at arm's length.
That'd be excellent.
Very good, sir, he says.
What is Kevin doing? What is happening?
Trying to get Cogman on one of the cover of those steamy novels of the dude that rides the horse on the beach.
Throw him back his lush Cogman hair.
Winks and Kevin.
Trying.
All right. Well, let's see. Does anybody want to look around?
Camp Bolt, what are we looking for again?
Just looking at the ship.
Okay, yeah, let's look at the ship. I want to explore. I want to go to the Spelljammer helm and see what it looks like compared to our old one, or is it the same one?
You head down to the floor below the top deck, and at the back end find a room with a couple different mapping charts and stuff there, and there in the center of the room or close to it is the Spelljamming helm. It looks like a minor helm similar to ones you've seen before, but this one is much more akin to a standard Spelljamming helm that is actually in the shape of a chair instead of the sort of like pirate wheel that you used to pilot the previous caravel ship.
Ooh.
There is it's got a sort of bronzes copper look to it, and running along the trim and then down the arms of the chair is a carved area where there's various rune-like markings in them that you have a sense will light up with a certain amount of filled arcane energy when anyone sits down to pilot it.
Neat.
So I want to take a look at the munition.
Fierce Howl. Yes, everybody report to your stations. Have a look around. See what you see.
I want the cargo bay. I'm hungry.
Which are you taking, the front or the back munitions?
I mean, I'm gonna look at them all.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go up to the front ballista or catapult.
All armaments seem to be on the top deck. You all have 2 large ballistas pointed towards the back. Up towards the front end, a trebuchet with a large amount of pocketed debris set inside it, ready to be launched at a moment's notice.
Nice. What's the radius on that? What are we talking? 180?
Ballistas are 150 feet and long range is 500.
Ooh.
60
Does it
and
just,
piercing damage.
Does it like rotate or anything, or does it just shoot forward?
These actually do rotate. We're gonna essentially say, because I'm just like Wizards of the Coast so expertly do, I'm collecting feedback as I run us through some of these missions to better your D&D experience. No longer are you going to be required to have to point the ship.
Cool.
You just fire weapons in whatever direction. You all notice that they are built on top of a rounded wooden swivel, and at a moment's notice, you can shift. You hear the clanking of a gear underneath the rounded wood platform, and you can swivel them essentially wherever you need.
Hell yeah.
Same thing.
Brought to you by Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Same thing for the trebuchet. You are the patroller on guard here. Comes up to relay a bit of information. The trebuchet is a weapon with a larger range, can fire out to 300 feet, and if needs be, fired at long range up to 1,200 feet, and does 12d10 bludgeoning damage.
Cogman puts a hand against him, like, me and this will get along.
Alright, well, I guess I'm on the back ballista then while Cogman is interfacing with that other thing.
Yeah, Bolt turns and just like shuffles away.
Slowly. Leave the space to the 2 lovebirds over here.
Cogman's just excited about being useful when things are far away now.
We can see that. We are very excited.
He's basically the same ballistas we had on our old ship, Jason.
These are similar in design, but these are actually the large class versus the medium that yours were before.
We could take on anything. We could take on 4 spider ships if we wanted.
Bring on that pirate chick again and her eye friend. I'll shoot him in the face with this thing.
Yeah.
The size of these are, instead of being close to the size of your bodies, maybe a little bit smaller, these are actually larger than your bodies are, pretty close to the image that you see here on the map. And the bolts that you load into them are practically like spear sized.
Happy squid.
Gross.
That is.
Hey, Captain,
Phase.
is there a place I can, work on some of, my suit and a couple other things I've been working on? Is there a place I can make like a little tiny workshop area, no more than a 5-foot square, just so I have somewhere to work?
Bolt pulls out a laminated map of the ship, and he looks at it. He puts the little spectacles on. I'm sure we can find somewhere to put you here. I'm sure there's tons of room in the cargo bay. Is that a...
Yeah, let's make a little workshop down there. We'll put all the gunpowder and flammable things together.
Oh, cool. So when I get my little robot running, you could blow up the ship.
There's also a little workbench area here behind the captain's quarters, as Emma has found herself in and probably propped her feet up on the desk.
Captain's a popular title around these parts.
Yeah. Oh, that's the captain's quarters?
I presume this big bed down here is the captain's quarters.
No, it's in the captain's quarters. I am going to change that to the officers' lounge, and this will be the captain's quarters instead.
Whatever you say.
It's just renaming the rooms. I'm thinking a smaller room, but that's okay.
I could make some mood lighting in there for you.
I don't understand what you mean, and I'm not going to ask any more questions. You can have that one inch right there. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. See, Il, I do have to ask the captain questions.
You know what? We need fire pits in here. If he can have romantic lighting, I want a fire pit.
Look, there is plenty of deck out there that you can light a fire on top of something else that doesn't burn. Be careful. Okay.
I'll be careful. So it gets to the fire pit?
Bolt sees a flashback of his ship being torn apart.
How about a nice plant instead?
Plants.
I guess I'll take a plant.
We need plants. That is what this place is missing.
A fire flower.
Ooh, Bolt, let's get lots of fire flowers.
Okay, if we can find some. Let's start with the green ones first, though.
We're not getting McDonald's. We have food at home.
McDonald's!
Emma would be the type of person that just want to eat a bunch of chicken nuggets all the time.
Chicken nugget.
Chunky milks on deck.
Captain Bosun, what have you found?
The most important thing of all the rations. They're down here. I'm eating them. They're not mine, but I'm eating them. You want some? You can have some, but they're not mine.
They're for everybody.
They're for everybody, but I'm eating them right now.
Okay,
You can have some, but they're not mine.
But
I'm eating them.
All right.
Did you notice? I've been working out. I'm pretty big. I'm like 10 pounds heavier.
Ooh, look at you.
I know. Look at muscles. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I forgot why I came down here, so.
Cool, I'm gonna eat yours now.
That's what it was. Slow down.
Should have brought my chips.
You can eat my share.
Oh yeah, I'm eating Cogmans. Thanks, Cogmans.
I don't have an S in my name.
You can have half
he
that
does
now
it
and
silent.
after dinner. You look
I'm
good.
eating.
Looking good.
It's what you're good at.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's go find out where we get to put this mess through next.
Bolt, the ship has the general layout that an actual official squid ship would be, but you get the sense that you can reorganize rooms to however you see fit.
Okay. Yeah, I figure we will need a distinct room for somebody at some time. So I'm going to claim that as the captain's quarters, but it can be the brig. It can be,
Yeah. You do it as you please. Any of these items can be moved too. So if you guys want to just pick up a table or chair, move somewhere else, let me know.
This place looks great for a captain's meeting. Everybody come up for a captain's meeting.
Captain's meeting.
See, if we had a fire pit, we could all sit around circle and listen to you tell stories, Bolt.
Tell us a
With
story about the
marshmallows.
time that we killed an Umber Hulk and I smashed it and I became a statue because I'm so cool.
I'm gonna use a little Artificer magic and just make a little synthetic LED flame in my hand.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. Put that there. Yeah. All right. Well, we can decorate later. We got the mission to go and figure out what that's all about.
Indeed.
Where are we going?
To the force here.
To Off-Rider Barry. Whenever you're
Off-Rider.
ready.
Oh, Barry.
Barry.
Okay.
Barry. So if you guys are happy with the ship layout, if you want to do anything else, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, your next assignment is to just meet with Off-Rider Barry so that he can brief you on what is next to come.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You guys go ahead and begin your trek back to Off-Rider Barry's offices. You head up the stairs here through the various floors. The 2 elven guards at the sides shift and open up the double doorways, allowing you inside. Outrider Barry looks up and seems to have taken note of your arrival and says, come in, and ushers you in. Husband and wife, thank you for that. I will put that in for an appropriate moment. Everyone comes in and you guys have your seats that you have similarly around the large war table in front of you. As you all take a seat, Barry looks across and says, in my not modified voice, hope these 2 months have been treating you well. Is everyone ready for what's to come next?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a good vacation-ish.
Yes, sir.
The notes that you were able to procure on your previous mission, had any of you had the chance to go over those to see what details they may have obtained?
Ooh, we had no.
Well, he took them and put them in a chest, right? I thought that happened last week.
Yeah, he did take them.
Well, we did. In that case, yeah, we had a glance over them. I can read Neogi.
Ah, very good, he says. He essentially just covers what you guys would know at this point then, just to remind you all, which is what I did a little bit earlier about the different notes about the Witchlight mutagen and things like that. He says, we used the relay points listed on the final note to essentially try to determine the last known coordinates of this Vodani ship, the Clapper Claw, and have determined it to be at a destination known as Chillamere.
Chillamere.
Says this, I'm going to throw this in the chat.
Chillamere.
Is it cold this time of year?
He chuckles a bit and he says, I think you'll find it is quite cold there all year round.
Oh.
I want you frontiersmen to head over to the Fob's study here on the lower levels and research what you can find out about the location. There are some interesting things that I believe we may have held in terms of information about this place. Do an hour or two of research, find out what you can, come back to me, and then I will be ready to see you off.
And
The
by
more
interest-
information you're able to gather before you carry out, the better.
And by interesting, you mean like trivia knowledge, like very interesting, or like gulp? Just kind of interesting.
The more information you're able to obtain about this place before going there, the better. The previous mission you had been going on was a bit of a more difficult situation in that we did not have any prior knowledge of this Neogi graveyard that they had out in the Carnelian Sea. This time, however, you are going to a place that we actually have on record, and thus would behoove you and benefit all of you to take some time to study up on it so that you know what you are getting into this time.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
A sensible approach.
Indeed. Once you have gotten your fill for whatever you can find out in the studies, come back to me, and I will send you on your way.
What?
Where-
Time to get the old reading glasses on. Let's go head that way.
I was just gonna look around. Who's good with the type stuff?
With what?
The book learning.
Pretty decent, I guess you could say.
I mean, we had a lot of time on our hands when I was protecting my last family, so I read.
I've spent my entire existence of robot years studying and researching notes and data at SIR.
Very good. All right. Well, you three will be doing the books, and we three will be finding snacks.
Oh yeah,
That
now you're
sounds
talking.
good. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade-off. Yeah, have fun doing the books, guys. We're gonna go find snacks.
Whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like the right mission to you.
Excellent. Excellent. That's... I don't know how meta this is, but who wants the bardic inspiration? Who can make the most use out of it?
Who does both have the least confidence in?
Oh no! Don't put it like that.
Listen,
It's
we're not in character right now.
I mean,
You could Sophie's choice this.
Yeah. All right.
I got a +4 history if we think that'll help, so I mean...
Checks
yeah.
that you feel like would be particularly helpful in this endeavor would be things like investigation, history, obviously, religion,
Oh.
maybe even come in handy.
+1.
I got really good history.
I get a +4 history, +4 religion, and +7 investigation. But I get like twice my proficiency bonus in history if it's mechanical or like tech related.
I also get advantage on all my investigation rolls.
Oh.
Well, there we go.
Oh shit.
So,
Just give me that shit then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sorry, Il. Bolt pats Il on the back. You keep those two in line,
Uh-huh.
and look
I'm simply in command.
look real hard.
As you all begin to head out with your game plan, you head down a couple of levels and find yourselves in a pretty well-stocked study room. Despite this just being sort of one of the various Pioneer Patrol forward operating bases here on Scoria, they do seem to have a pretty extensive knowledge of the places and locales surrounding the general area here of the Twixt, which would make sense since that is this particular consortium faction's strength, is that they go out, scout, learn about things, and record them, as well as lending aid to those who need it. So you guys find that with some ample checks, you will likely be able to learn quite a few things about this place called T.H.U.N.D.E.R. You go ahead and begin to disperse, trying to find out what books and information you can on this place. Whoever wants to roll, tell me what skill you're using and give me a check, and we'll see what you guys learn.
History.
I do a history as well.
I'll add the inspiration to that because use it or lose it, as far as I'm concerned. Whoa, Cogman!
Oh shit! Shit!
Wow, dang, we're gonna be fucking chilliest scholars.
Oh wait.
I'm gonna take a investigation check looking for any books on it. Side note: if I see any books on like mech or tech construction, robotics, anything.
You're likely to find that information here in the study, but it does not seem to relate to T.H.U.N.D.E.R. So take that as you will in terms of your check total.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Il, Cogman, Thunderfall. Is that everyone rolling? All right. Il, studying the information that you're able to glean out of some of the reports and studies, despite it being a rather extensive study, it's less like there's actual like history books on this stuff and more like it is different scrolls with like personal accounts or like checkpoint data. So that's what makes it require you guys to spend a little time kind of digging for information than just sitting down, all of you, with one cohesive book and reading through it. So you kind of spend a little time, like an hour or so, trying to learn about what you can in regards to this place called T.H.U.N.D.E.R. And you find out some information. What you find out is that the residents of T.H.U.N.D.E.R are located near a vermilion moon, a moon that is not only casts light onto T.H.U.N.D.E.R from the reflective nature of the nearby sun, but you also learn that it is red in color, and so everything has this slight tinge of red over to it as it's lit up. You also learn that the residents of the largest trading village on the planetoid don't call their village T.H.U.N.D.E.R, but instead call it Chillimere, although those reasons you are unsure.
Fucking weird.
Cogman, did you get your good boy card? Here, take that.
Oh, I didn't yet. No. Thank you.
Yep. You are able to find out, using your extensive knowledge of a variety of topics, perhaps when you were having some off time in terms of your sort of servant / guard duties of this prestigious family before joining the patrollers, you probably spent a lot of time just sort of informing yourself about areas around here as well as Twixt in general. You are able to learn that Chillimere, as Il was able to find out, the largest trading settlement on this planetoid, is a well-known trading settlement with a few other nearby villages called Frigide, Yeti's Foot, and Snowsop.
Wow.
You also are able to gather that Chillimere used to be a Vodani outpost a few generations back, before it was liberated by the patrollers.
Huh. So maybe, definitely Dark Trine stuff going on.
Say that's a good guess.
You give me a 1d4 roll. I'll let you get one more fact.
Ooh.
Dos.
You learn that the village has about 100 to 150 or so occupants, based on the last report. You also learn along with this, there's some detailed information that it's made up of humans, dwarves, Goliath, largely. You also learn that most of the settlements here on T.H.U.N.D.E.R are groundling civilizations, pure groundling civilizations, as it is noted in this text. And as you relay this information to the rest of the Dark Frontiersmen, you all come to realize that what it means when it says pure groundling civilization, it means that under Section 8 of the Patroller Code, this civilization, they do not know and are not aware that space travel is possible.
Oh shit.
They
So
believe
we're not allowed to say anything?
they believe that their settlements here on T.H.U.N.D.E.R are all that is. And under Section 8 of Patroller Code, in terms of trying to keep with tampering too much in the affairs of developing civilizations, that you guys are to keep any information regarding your quest or your end goal taking on this mission, as well as any information relating to your ship and how you got there, as private as possible.
What about guns? What about Warforged? Can we Spill the beans on that, or we got to put a wig on Cogman?
Thunderfall, you are able to find a couple different books regarding tech-related things. None of them seem to relate to T.H.U.N.D.E.R. With your 15...
Oh, no, I was looking for books on T.H.U.N.D.E.R. If I don't find anything.
Yeah,
I was looking,
no, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just saying you do find some books, but those don't relate to T.H.U.N.D.E.R. You are able to find with your 15, though, a book that does mention that T.H.U.N.D.E.R. is too far away from any stars to get proper heat. It is a ice planetoid with a frigid climate, and it is tidally locked, which means that it is constantly and forever in darkness.
Bummer.
This will be fun.
I mean, for them, it's fine for me, but like for them, that sucks.
A perpetual night, if you will. That is all the information that you three glean from spending some time here in the studies.
Well, safe to say the little one that does the fire is gonna be pretty useful, and we should probably bring some torches and warm clothes.
Agreed.
Torches will be useful. Yeah.
Do we have any like walkie-talkie type things?
Not currently on you, no.
I can speak telepathically, like within 60 feet.
I could make some stones of sending, but it would only be for like me and one other person.
Oh, me and you. Let's have stones ascending. Let's do it.
The problem is I would have to take off one of my infusions off of one of my upgrades.
Wow.
Right. Well, then I guess we've got a little bit of shopping list. Let's. Ooh. He's gonna get mad at me for not reporting right away, but we need to find some stuff. So everybody, go shopping. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Did you guys find out what kind of people are down there?
Groundlings, disgusting little mammals that don't even know about spacefaring travel.
Are they
No,
fuzzy?
worse than you all.
No, they're. What's that stuff on you? Skin, hair? Yeah, they got that going on. They're like you.
So they're like halflings and stuff.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's Goliath and Halfling and Human. Right?
Okay,
I think that's what you
Yeah,
said.
cool.
Yes.
that's
Human.
That's what God told us.
Hang on. It was humans, dwarves, and Goliath are the large majority of the people here.
There it is.
Mountain folk.
It's basically the same thing as a halfling.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you all look the same.
So, well, we need a convincing backstory. There's only the handful of settlements? Is there anything else settled on that hunk of rock, or is it just the well?
It's dark all the time.
Yeah, are there warmer parts of the planet, or is it like hot? You know.
From
Well,
what Thunder gathered, the entire planetoid is a frigid climate.
Do they know about magic?
What's that?
Do they know anything about magic at all?
You wouldn't know.
My question about the other settlements is because if we're going to be interacting with the groundlings, then we have to have a cover for where we come from. There's another settlement like outside of those main three that we can say we're from. We can be like, oh yeah, we're from
Just keep
we're from
you know,
Brazil.
keep.
Super far away from here.
Yes.
We're very
The faraway land of France.
You all were able to gather from your research that there is T.H.U.N.D.E.R, which is the largest of the trading settlements, and dotted not too far away and likely to do a good amount of trading with T.H.U.N.D.E.R is, as I posted here in the chat, Frigid,
Right.
Yeti's Foot, and Snowsop.
Right, I'm saying those are the only ones on this entire planet.
That you know of, based on what you guys just researched.
Yeah, just say that we're from some other one in each place we go to.
Hey, well,
True.
I'm sure that won't catch up to us, but we'll give it a go.
Well-
If they
Hey,
believe
you
in
know,
magic, we could
we
say
don't
we
have to
teleported here.
Well, we can't say that we teleported here. That's what I'm saying.
We're just from the other side of the world.
I mean,
That's all
honestly,
they
they
really
may
need to
have
know.
an
We're just
issue.
traveling. We're visitors.
Honestly, they may have an issue with me and Thunderfall in general.
Well, we're gonna have to find a bunch of coats and all that. We can add a couple of masks, hats.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
say you're dwarven constructs. They'll believe you.
That'll work. That sounds good. We've got most of a plan coming together. I like this. You guys are a good team. All right.
I transform into human ill, who has this slightly greenish pallor to him. Disguised self.
Somehow you're more gross now than you were before.
I look like Robert Irvine that took up smoking.
Who is Robert?
He's a
Recognize
celebrity
him
chef.
He's a big man. All right.
You look like Steve Buscemi.
One other problem. I don't mean to say a problem, Captain Bosun. I just mean to say you stick out quite a bit amongst the dwarves and humans and Goliaths. I suppose you're about as tall as a Goliath, but the nose maybe give you away.
It was horrible. It was horrible, Captain. That poor Goliath caught out in the snow. Frostbite, mangling his poor face and graying his skin.
You could pass as a Goliath, right? Like a really big Goliath with a big nose, swollen face. We could just put a bag over your head, too.
Look, I think we're overthinking this. Let's just go there. Let's get these fucking clothes and go there.
A good
Okay.
plan is it?
We'll figure out the plan when we need to.
All right.
I do have disguise self. That might work.
There you go. Done. So do we
Yeah.
we check the store for winter clothes and
Bullshit.
some torches.
You find that there is a depressingly small amount of particularly well, like thick clothing that provides proper heat. But that's probably largely where you guys are currently located as you peer out a window and see a lake of lava not too far off. But you are all able to locate, at least to cover the team here, enough clothing to set you up for whatever cold weather may rear its head on Chillamere. It's going to be 10 gold pieces from each of you to buy that.
Excellent.
I mean, I'm good, right?
I'll buy you some, but you need to wear it because
Warforged are creatures.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's like your oil gets too thick to move, you know? Like a car in the snow.
Okay, 10 gold. then.
So you,
I forgot I have my lantern, so that helps me see.
That's good.
I'm gonna spend 20 and bring just like an extra set if there is any, just for the ship in case we find anybody who needs some.
Fine idea.
Okay.
I'll double whatever you buy. Just tell me how much.
Right, so I'm spending 20, 10 for me and one extra.
Yeah, he's buying an extra. So if you want bolt, you could throw in another 20 and buy 2 extra sets if you're trying to double that.
Well, just one extra then. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you guys,
Yeah.
you guys have clothing for all of you and 2 extra sets.
2 extra. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. And, well, get a bundle of like 10 torches or something like that.
I have 10 torches already.
Also, you can set stuff on fire. Also, what am I saying? I can set stuff on fire. I think we're
I
good.
think we're good. Ugh, don't say that.
Oh God.
All right. Well, let's go see what Barry has for us.
Would I have time to prep my spells for the day, adjusting them to have a few extra fire spells?
I'm sure. Yes.
Got a bit of travel time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's go report to Barry and tell him what we found.
You guys, after an hour or so of research and gathering a couple different items to prepare yourselves for the colder climate of Chillamere, grab your things and head back to Outrider Barry. He allows you to step back inside, greets you all. It takes a couple minutes to ask what you've learned, and you all relay that to him, and he says, excellent, excellent. He mentions, based on the reporting, I believe that the last time the Clapperclaw, this Vodani ship, was seen was passing over or nearby this Chili-Mere village in particular. I would ask that you follow these coordinates I'm going to give you and see what you can to investigate.
Great.
He says, as he kind of writes down the coordinates and flips it and pushes it your way, Bolt. Travel there, see what information you can gather, not only relating the Clapperclaw, but the Vodani of the Shrine specifically, or this Project Offspring. Most important is to find this location that we were able to gather from the notes, or at least the idea that there is a location for where the Shrine have these marauders that they've come across.
Sounds good.
Well,
We'll get it done, no problem, right, Pops?
we got our heading. Only thing left to find is what's there.
This idea about Witchlight Marauder remains, and a Project Offspring along with this mutagen that greatly boosts the reproductive cycle of creatures does not bode well for what we are thinking the Shrine may intend.
Well, is there anything else that we need to know? Maybe if we come up against something that maybe we need to take direct action against?
He says, you will, of course, be donning the rank of Dark Frontiersman on this mission. You are not related to the patrollers in any way. This is
Of course.
investigative in nature.
Of course.
We have complete deniability.
Find out what you will. If it comes to it, defend yourselves. But also remember that despite having the moniker of the Frontiersman, you are still doing what you can for those in need along the way.
Of course.
Okay, well,
Very well. Once you are ready, you have everything that you need to get there. It will be a 5 days travel to Chili-Mere.
Ooh.
5 days.
That's correct, Emma.
Yes,
What I said.
you are. You are correct.
well, I guess we better start out as soon as we can then.
He peers over to some of your packs on your backs right at your sides and says, good, looks like you have already prepared for the weather there. Good thinking.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways, good luck, Frontiersmen. Do what you can out there. Gather this information. Your team is small in compared to the size of the patrollers, but your mission is of high importance.
Happy to be a part of it.
As you all begin to file out, Bolt, you beginning to head up the rear. Barry says, Bolt, may I speak to you in private for just a moment?
Ooh. I don't do that.
Sure thing, Barry. I bet it's about that card game we had last week. I know. I've got your money, don't worry.
As the five of you step out, you hear the subtle sounds of Off-Rider Barry calling for Bolt, and the doors close behind you, leaving you outside as Bolt is still inside of Off-Rider Barry's room.
Sure.
Bolt, this mission is extremely important. If the Shrine is up to something in terms of creating an army of marauders, this will throw the Twixt into a war, likely. A one that we do not wish to fight. We don't want our men to be lost, and we are stretched thin as it is. It will be up to you. Take this seriously. Do what you can. Put your foot down when you need to. I have seen you out on your field work. You do a good job. I trust that you will lead this team correctly, he says. You have not gone unnoticed by my superiors as well, he says. And he steps into a back room for just a second behind his tall chair and steps back through carrying what looks like some type of coat and hands it over to you. This is given to you in the hopes that you will be able to lead a successful mission and finish out what the frontiersmen have set out to do, he says, as he hands over the privateer's coat.
Look at that. That's spiffy.
Very nice. Oh, what is this velvet?
This coat is characteristic for distinguished pilots or privateer spelljamming ships worn to shield from the cold and violent winds. It's also equipped with pockets and pouches fit for repair tools and weapons. Some coats are adorned with decorative shoulder pads and pins to distinguish rank and prowess. Yours, in particular, Bolt, holds all of the would normally hold all of the rankings that would denote you of your patroller rank, but you notice that they are not on here. But that seems fitting considering you're trying to downplay your patroller involvement. Wearing this coat, you don't suffer any ill effects from cold weather or violent winds. You gain advantage on charisma checks against any creature that is either outranked by you or recognizes your uniform as a higher authority. You also, while attuned to this coat, gain the casting ability to do mending. And when you are operating a spelljammer, when you are piloting a spelljammer, you can cast the spell Skywrite.
That's so cool. You can, tell the other ship to fuck off.
Is it like... This is poorly... Is it like skywriting, like a plane skywriting, or...
Yes,
Yeah.
It literally is that.
Yep. It is big letters in the sky.
Oh, excellent. Well, this is lovely.
He nods. Do me proud, Bolt.
So, yes, sir. So are we expecting a lot of resistance? Is that why he gave me this new book with all of these cannons and that?
He says, I'm not sure. What have you learned?
Well, I learned that I got a giant new ship, and we're going to a place that we don't know what's there.
I hope you were able to gather some useful information in the studies.
So,
Well, good. Be prepared for anything, just as any patroller would.
he salutes and leaves.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You head out of the room. Everyone else sees the doors open and a Bolt, now either holding or donning a nice-looking privateer coat, steps out.
Ooh, look at you. What, so are you promoted now?
No, just a little side bet me and Barry had. It's good to see that you're all still here. All right, let's go.
Nice duds.
Oh, okay.
You guys go ahead and head down to your new Spelljammer, the Killamari.
Yes.
And with some new gear in tow, all gather on board and prepare to set out on your new mission. Hang on just a second, I'll move the maps over. I'm just resizing some tokens here. There we go. Okay, so let me move you guys over. All right.
See, I'm so glad that we have Crude with us still. He can never die.
As you all reboard the ship, you run into your familiar crew, Latch, Brightburn, Porg, and Lurin, and also Crude. They all give you Crude gives you a hearty hello. Hey, welcome back, guys. We meet again, huh?
Hey, Crude.
This is not exactly a pirate thing for the past couple of weeks, but I assume we're back on the pirate work, right, Captain Bolt?
That's right. We've been undercover, you see, and now it's time to return to our pirating ways.
Man, pirates are pretty complex, but I am prepared to loot and plunder as expected from any good pirate.
We're gonna go be ice pirates now.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not adverse to the cold.
Oh, I hate it. I hope I don't freeze. Let's go. The other crewmates sort of just give Crude a side eye and all give you the standard sort of like gripped fist slap to the chest and welcome back, sir. Glad to be part of the crew again.
It is good to see you all, and it is very good to see you all healthy.
Make potatoes. Hey, remember me? Hey.
How could I forget? Carbon says.
His eyelid twitches.
With that, as you guys finish the last bits of your preparations, I'll move over to the map here. You guys are currently located, here, let me just do this real quick. This spider ship is no longer here because that was stolen from you. You now are piloting your squid ship, and you are now headed for T.H.U.N.D.E.R. Over to the left.
Oh, is this one right here?
Yeah. No, next to it, to the left.
Oh, the one that says T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
Yeah, you were close. Not the unnamed purple one, but the blue cold one that is titled T.H.U.N.D.E.R. That's it right there.
Yeah, Emma would just.
That one. Okay.
Emma unrolls the rest of the map. Oh, that's T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
It goes a little further, dear.
All right.
Well, who's gonna have the first shift on deck? Me! It's me! Get out of the way!
What are we gonna do for 5 days?
Work on projects.
That's a
Ugh.
great
Are there books on the ship?
What's that?
Are there books on the ship?
There are a couple books largely about the handling of the ship itself. There is maybe 1 or 2 books that is meant to be sort of like a pastime while you guys are flying through, but largely you get the sense that the patrollers want you like on guard, on duty. So there isn't too much outside of just the very bare basics of maintaining the ship and etc.
It's like the boring chapters of Moby Dick, just
Essentially,
maintaining a boat.
Exactly. That's really what it is.
Designation Cogman, I found a book. I think it's yours. It's called Interfacing with a Toaster.
Oh no.
So, I'm gonna leave this in your guys' hands. We're not gonna just like learning and being able to provide a better experience for everyone in terms of helping to balance the game and providing a more fun time for everyone, just like Wizards does with all of their products and supplements. Instead of trying to go one by one who's piloting the ship, we're going to go day by day. If you want to do anything in particular during that day, let me know. You, of course, have access to some of your crafting stuff if you need to, or any other things that you want to use. Otherwise, you are free to just let me know. I would say don't like move the ship immediately to T.H.U.N.D.E.R, but just say, okay, let's move it up, move it a day forward. If everyone agrees. So first day is up 24 hours. Bolt will start things off, and then someone can take his place. You guys are blowing a spell slot every 8 hours, so it's not like you guys aren't being able to easily replenish it if you're making sure to split your shifts up. So we're not going to go one by one because that takes up too much time. So if you want, do whatever you need to. Otherwise, we'll say 24 hours pass, and you guys can move the ship forward.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you want to do some crafting there, Shinji?
I'm gonna make a little fire starter or 2, so we have some extra flames in case. And I'm just gonna keep working on my homunculus bot.
Excellent. You're what now?
Artificers. Part of our teachings is we can infuse magic into our machines, and my shield and these cool new boots I got and stuff like that. But I'm working on a helper bot for the future. So if I need
He's
one,
playing God. It's part of our deal.
Okay.
I
This
could make my Magnum grow legs and run around if I wanted to. Life and death are at our command. Flesh made metal.
It's so amazing.
You got a name for it?
Gukamots. Or Mots if you want to.
Mots.
Good name.
I point at it and it's like, kind of like just hanging over a metal hook. It's a little serpent with wings.
Ooh.
It's after my hero, the great Kazakatl from the Wild Raccoons.
Never heard of him.
You,
But he looks
The hell is Wild Tycoons?
It's a Holovid show. It's about these wild knots. They travel through the galaxy
Here we go again.
and they bend to no one's will and they do whatever they want to do. But they help people and they're really nice. And there's a really nice T.H.U.N.D.E.R guy and he puts electricity in things and makes it work. And sometimes he acts like he's an electrician, but it's kind of like what I do, but he can like fry things.
Shizuka, you know that stuff is all scripted?
I mean, even if it is, a kid's gotta have heroes, you know?
It's real to me, damn it!
I swear, it's just like when they get hit with chairs. It's 100% real.
It's
Alright.
performance art.
Yeah.
Some of the crew comes over and wishes you well, Ironhide, saying that they are happy that you are no longer a giant block of stone.
No
Okay,
longer a stone.
a day passes. Anything on the second day?
I'll roll for a gun crafting thing.
Okay.
I'll see if I can't experiment. I think it's 50 gold to start an experiment on the novice level, if I recall correctly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll look it up later.
Thank you,
Oh,
Lundis,
yeah.
for following.
Just-
I appreciate that.
Absolutely destroyed it. I would have got a Grandmaster one if I was able.
Oh.
Didn't suck.
Now I roll a D10. And I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, an arcane dot sight, a little red dot sight. Neat.
Nice.
Cool. I'll add that to my inventory.
Nice.
That is cool.
Yeah, thank you, Lundris. Slippery, that's cool. One of his players who followed us. I appreciate that. You got some Twitch channel points to use now that you followed. You do that, Ill, and the ship continues. I feel like there is something I was going to mention and now it's lost from my mind.
You did it.
The ship moves ahead another day. You're on day 2. Again, if you guys feel the need to do anything in particular, you're welcome to.
Emma stalks Bolt secretly like a ninja for as long as she can without getting spotted. That's about it.
Amazing.
Is
Roll
Bolt's
it.
camera
See how
frozen
long
for
it
me?
takes.
Huh?
Is Bolt's camera frozen for anybody else?
Oh no.
Kyle!
Yeah.
Oh
He's
no.
He's
Oh.
dead.
Oh no.
He's back.
Stop stabbing Bolt! Why are you doing that, Ill?
I'm mad with power. I'm the captain.
I am the captain.
Look at me.
Okay. You
I'll
guys
fight you
continue.
for it.
You can move to day 3 unless anybody wants to do anything.
Day 3. Oh.
I made 2 more little toys. That's it.
Make a what's your passive perception, Bolt?
Passive perception 12.
Emily, you have been able to. Can you
Can
hear
hear
me?
you.
But you look frozen again.
Oh,
Oh,
can you hear me now, Kyle?
He's on Chillimere as we speak.
Oh no. Emma, you're
Yeah,
able.
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
no.
That sounded terrible.
Nobody. It's not me for once.
Uh,
New computer.
Emma, you are able to stalk Bolt with great efficiency throughout the ship with a passive of 12.
It's almost like he's not can't see you at all.
Excellent. That's my
Um,
training.
it is about at day 3. Let's just say, who is currently at the Spelljammer chair?
I'll do it.
Emma, can you give me a perception check, please?
I'll give you a perception
A
check.
perception
Yeah,
check.
you a perception check.
I tell you something.
Fuck! That's performance. Wait, it's the other P one. Hold on. I do this
Oh.
constantly. I don't know why I can't get a grip. Okay, well that's.
It's the same
It's
rule.
better. It is better. It is better.
Oh man.
Just because that's Christ.
Bolt, you, Emma, everything looks fine. Bolt, give me a perception check.
I've got old man eyes.
I'm still. Yeah, I'm a ninja now. Who needs to be a pirate when I can just be a ninja? That's all I'm thinking. Oh, that looks like a big one. Nice.
What, 18?
That's pretty good. Bolt, in the distance on the squid ship, out ahead of you, as you spelljam at full speed headed towards Chillimere, seems to be what looks like a fiery reddish-orange comet in the distance. Its trajectory, from what it looks like, seems to be headed your way. And as you watch the outside edges of this fiery comet-like orb further clear the distance between the two of you, just based off of the expansion of its ball of flame, it seems to be closing at a very, very quick amount of time.
Oh my. Let's steer out of the way of that. If it's just a comet, it's already on its course. We can just move
What,
on
there's a
forward.
comet coming?
There seems to be. There's a comet coming, by the way.
Oh,
So
well, that's
just-
not good.
Yeah. Just correct
Okay.
our course. We're just gonna go that way now.
Emma, you begin to steer the ship, trying to break your just current beeline towards Chillimere. A little off course, but just to try to avoid the trajectory of this incoming meteor or comet that's flying through wild space.
Rogue Jack!
Bolt, you head back topside, and as you take a quick peek at it again, you notice that the comet seems to have moved to realign its trajectory with your ship.
All right. Getting on the guns. I'm getting on the guns.
In the distance, you hear a very subtle, but almost indistinguishable sound of a scream.
What the fuck?
Like Howl scream. What kind of scream?
Is it Willem's scream?
It is close to the Wilhelm scream of just you're not sure if it's man or woman, but just a terrifyingly loud scream, or loud if you were to be close, but it's in the distance here, so it's somewhat subtle. But it seems to be someone or something screaming at the top of their lungs, you would imagine, if you're close to it, and in complete anguish.
Oh my god. So that's help, right? We need to go help that, right? That's someone screaming for their lives?
That's a comet. Comets don't do that normally.
It's a scream, something screaming.
I say we blast it the fuck out of the sky right now.
No.
Does it look the size that we could blow it up out of space?
It is currently probably about a mile or so probably 2 or 3 miles out from your ship. But because you guys are currently just spell jamming forward, and this thing is flying from the opposite direction towards you, it's like a head-on collision thing. You imagine that within a few seconds, this thing will have caught up with you. You get the sense that everyone, if they were to quickly get to a post, would have an opportunity, if they wanted to fire at whatever this object is that is coming towards you.
It'll just immediately goes towards the
No,
ballista.
maybe it needs help, Ill. Maybe it just needs to stop. Maybe it can't stop. Maybe that's why it's screaming.
We'll
No,
stop.
stop, don't. And then I fire a ballista at it.
Unless you've got a plan, we've got to act on the one we have now. What do you got, Emma?
Hold. Let me look at my spot. Hold on, wait. This is. Let's see. Gust of wind. I can throw a gust of wind at it. Try to throw it back a little bit, and then we can. That's all I got.
Well, you get that ready, and everybody else get on the cannon and go.
Immediate magic missile at it.
Cogman definitely goes to the trebuchet.
Okay, so Cogman is posting up. Ill is posting up. Move the map over. Who else is getting into this? You guys feel like you have maybe one round before whatever this thing is moving so quickly because it's shifting right head on to the ship that it is going to catch up.
Can I do a nature check on this? Is this something that
Knowledge
happens?
checks are free.
I want to do that. I want to do a nature check.
Sure.
I'll give you a bardic inspiration on that.
Yeah. All right. So that's what, a D6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nature. And oh my. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and 7. Boy, oh boy, D&D is fun when you roll low all the time.
Let's see. Emma, you're propped up here on the spelljamming helm. Whoever wants to be at the top deck, go ahead and move your tokens there. And if you're firing a weapon, move them to that appropriate weapon.
Oh yeah. Let's fucking do this.
This is a husband and wife stream's terror taking effect.
Oh, thank you.
Well, where'd you go, Emma? I thought you were flying.
Oh, I am flying this thing.
I mean, you can move up to the top deck if you want, Emma, but the ship will no longer be moving at spelljamming speeds.
I'm gonna be marooned. I'm not gonna do that.
I'll fly if you want to go and try something.
Yeah.
All right. Which side's the blinker on again? Never mind. I'll figure it out.
Thank you, Slippery. This comet thing approaches closer. With your nature check, Emma, you are unsure what this thing is. It looks like it should just be any normal comet passing through that you could just spell jam by doing a bit of course correcting. It's strange that this one is almost turned to meet the course that your ship is headed on, almost as if to collide right with it.
It's coming right for us.
Oh, they're gonna shoot you! They're gonna shoot you if you need help. So don't.
Ill has already fired the ballista at this point.
Yeah,
Do you want
yeah.
to make an attack?
Ill already having prepped up and firing of the ballista. Go ahead and give me a roll. All the stats are under the rules for the Killamari ship.
Oh, shit, I should probably open those, shouldn't I? Rules. Killamari squid ship.
Killamari.
And large ballista plus 6 to hit. Well, that's a
Welcome to the club.
10.
No,
You
bad can't
wheel the ballista towards this object and give a straight shot towards it with the help of some of the crew here. The shot unfortunately misses, going a bit too far up and above it.
Come on, potatoes! You're supposed to correct my aim. Let's go. Reload.
Cogman, you're up.
All right, let's do this. I will.
Treat these humans like shit.
They're elves, racist.
Oh, we treat these elves like the worst.
You're firing the trebuchet, Cogman.
Yeah, it's a +7, so that's just a 9
You've never fired one of these in person, Cogman. You have made yourself aware of weaponry, but actual hands-on experience still a little fresh. The shot goes a little too low, as where Ills went a little too high. It misses.
Shame.
You now hear. It begins to pick up in sound, this wailing scream as it approaches. Ironhide, you're up.
Well, let me show you how it's done, amateurs. My ship, anyway. I'll cool this guy. Is it plus proficiency? 21?
Nice. You're firing the ballista?
Yeah.
You watching Ill's shot correct yours just a bit and fire off a shot. It fires out, the bolt connects. You see a blast of flame and a shriek in the distance. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Good shit.
What's the damage?
It's 60-10.
Thank you.
33.
Nice. 33 damage smashes into whatever this thing is. Let's see here. Hang on just a second. It continues very rapidly closing in. You can now, at this point, because it's moving so quickly, you're able to see that through the thickness of the flames, what looks to be a slightly enlarged skull in the center of this fiery flame that is speeding towards you. Its lower bone-like jaw held agape, and a ear-piercing scream emits from it. It speeds towards you. Thunder, what do you do?
I'm gonna take a small chunk of scrap out of my bag, lift it into the air, and then punch the crap out of it and cast catapult.
All right, you fire off a shot with your catapult.
It's a dex save of 15.
Okay, hang on just a second here.
I'm gonna cast it at second level when I do it.
Okay.
This is the fucking
Fails.
guy from the Venture Brothers that's always on fire on the screen.
That's what I thought of.
It's okay, Jerry. You've moved on.
Amanda, who are you giving that to? Thank you, by the way. She gave someone a +1 roll.
Manders.
That I clearly fail, so that connects, Thunder.
That's 19 damage.
Nice. That would put you there with this one. Another chunk and a crack along the side of this fiery skull as a smaller explosion of flame jets out from the side. It continues to beam down towards you. It is seconds away from near collision into the ship, Emma.
Okay, no. I do want to try to stop it.
It looks, without any checks, it looks difficult to do because it is moving at an extremely fast rate.
Well, Jason, I failed my nature check, so I'm I'll do an Arcana check, I guess.
Okay, sure. Within the last seconds, you try to remember anything you can from this thing.
God, holy shit!
Don't forget, you guys have a +1 for mana. Thank you for throwing that to the players. I'll let you guys have that, even though she said whoever. With your 19, Emma, you're able to gather, just from the looks, especially because it's made up of a lot of flame and you have some familiarity with this, you've actually heard of this thing before. And from its makeup, you gather that this thing is a fire lich. They are in constant
nobody panic.
agony because something happened on their way through their magic arts into lichdom and find themselves in constant pain and always on flame.
Okay,
Their one attraction is to magic, which seems to be your ship.
great.
Is it friendly?
Emma will turn to Ill and like light fire like a campfire under her her face so it looks all spooky. No, it's a fire lich and it's attracted to magic, which is us in the ship.
Oh, okay.
It died
So
in pain and got lost along the way.
should we still invite it in for tea?
No, we're gonna have to blast it because it's gonna kill us.
All right, meat and potatoes, reload. You heard the lady.
Okay. So,
It's seconds away from gliding into the ship, Emma. What do you do?
I would like to still do Gust of Wind. Not Gust of Wind. Warding Wind? Which one's...
They're both potentially good. They both do basically the same thing. Gust of Wind is a line, and Warding Wind is a spear around you.
It extinguishes unprotected flames. Let's see, the attack, I'll just cast this one. And it is concentration of the 20 miles per hour winds blows around you in 10-foot radius moves with your, oh god damn it. It's more than 10 feet away from us, isn't it?
Yes. I'll let you take that back if you want.
It goes like 60 feet. It's 10 miles per hour is the speed.
20 miles per hour.
20 miles per hour.
But around her in a 10-foot radius.
Oh, okay. Wording wind, yeah.
You're like a walking tornado with that.
Yeah. Which is cool, but this thing is further out than that.
Yeah, okay. Instead of that, I'll do Gust of Wind. 60 feet long, 10 feet wide. And I'll try to blast it in its direction.
Nice.
Did the rest of us have time to like brace ourselves or something since it seems to be careening towards us?
Unfortunately not.
Shit.
It is right here. You all got just a quick second, unfortunately, with some lower perception checks to quickly fire off a few shots before it connects. Emma, you just got a curio from husband and wife. Give me a D10 roll, please.
I get a D10, thank you. Wifey, 10.
You dig around your packs and find a dragon's tooth smeared with crimson blood. When held and activated with a minor action, the cipher grants you advantage on your next attack roll.
Nice. I definitely need that.
Super cool.
Thank you.
You throw up your hands and you are buffeted behind you as a strong wind pushes forward, doing whatever it can in attempts to stop this fireball that is traveling at extreme speeds towards you.
DC 14 strength saving throw.
Okay, I'm going to do that at advantage only because of the speed that it's traveling. But I'll make this a public roll.
Okay, well, he succeeds.
What happens on a success?
He succeeds the strength saving throw, so...
it's just difficult terrain at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. The target of this fire lich just spears down towards you. And Emma, the winds kick up behind you. You can feel your clothing blow forward, and you're almost sort of like propelled a little bit. And you have to kind of stand on the fronts of your feet to sort of balance yourself from falling over from the fierceness of the winds. The fireball, practically the moment you throw these winds up, though, just pierces through them behind you as this lurching scream pierces your ears and dives headlong into the ship, and there is a cracklingly large explosion.
And that's when we lost our second ship.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that this is fire damage.
I need you all within this blast to please make me a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to throw this to the back.
I
Can
need to
I
get good at that.
can I see this effect?
Yes.
How could you not?
Yes.
Danger sense.
Yeah, you could totally look at that thing. It's
Just,
it's literally in your face.
I like to ask.
Something tells me I'm gonna absorb elements this.
If we're able to, it will do the same as a reaction.
I don't see why not if you have it. Ill. So yeah, that's Ill, Ironhide, and Thunder. We'll just go from who rolled. Ill. You would take, unless you're using something to dampen this, 24 points of fire damage.
Oh yeah, let me just shunt a little bit that away from me. I'll absorb elements with the spell slot.
Bolt, you have just enough time with your second sense to see this, your sixth sense rather, to see this ear-piercing flaming skull approach. It detonates into the top part of the ship, and you hear the scream flow by as it pierces through just feet away from your spelljamming helm as the blast also engulfs you. I need you to make a dexterity check at disadvantage since you're sitting down in the spelljamming helm.
Yeah, I guess I would be going for the helm, huh? That makes sense.
Oh, there's now.
And then I'll keep going here. Ironhide, thank you. Ironhide, you would take 20 points of fire damage.
Okay, on a save.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, the 20 points because you didn't make the save. Sorry.
But it does 20 save or no?
Your 11 roll, right? That was your dex save?
A 20. I've got advantage from danger sense.
Oh, then you would take 10 points. You quickly dive out of the way as the blast consumes the area around you in a large fireball-like effect. Thunderfall, you take 31 points of fire damage.
Rounding up or down?
I think always down,
Didn't
right?
absorb elements. Yeah, it's always worse
Yeah.
for the player. Round down.
Yeah. Absorb elements, take half of it.
All right.
Can I just do a fiery high five with him as a free action?
Bolt, you would also take 27 points of fire damage. There is the sound of screaming, and behind it, the sound of crackling wood and flame as the fire lich pierces through what you guys assume to be a few decks of yours.
Well, fuck! We can't let it burn up the whole fucking ship.
Emma, you are nearly thrown to your feet, and you look behind you to see the back half of the ship completely lit aflame.
Boarding wind!
You quickly reorient your wind and blow away these flames, which was actually pretty apt to have that up.
Holy shit!
The winds blow away, and you are able to see some of your teammates on the other side, all bearing some pretty bad scorch marks and everything else. You're also able to see the charred corpses of Briarburn.
Meat! Potatoes!
Wow, there's no way we could have stopped that.
Wow.
I need
Bummer.
potatoes. Fuck.
I feel really bad. Oh.
Put him in the
That-
galley.
Sucks.
That is unfortunate.
That does suck.
You three, as you peer around to see the charred corpses of your teammates, peer over the deck that you're at, Ironhide and Thunder, and see a hole now stretching from the top of the ship where you can actually see down into the spelljamming room where Bolt stares up at you, charred a bit, and actually see that quite a few of your cargo items have been burned and
Oh my
pierced
God.
through.
Well, so is the Lich like it blew up, like it's not here anymore?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Well, I need a good boy
Oh,
card because
shit.
Ill is real perceptive right now.
Go ahead and grab that there. You peer over, and in the distance, you can still hear the cackling howl and screech of the skull that appears for just a second to just be a traveling skull in space, just kind of continuing to head downward from its arc down into the ship. You watch as the head quickly just reignites, and screaming, it continues to just push on into the distance.
Wow. Holy shit. I've never seen anything like that. This sucks. But no reason to let a good meal go to waste. And Jason, as I pick up Briarburn, perhaps there's a bit of life left in him still.
Nice.
Nice.
Aw.
Perchance.
We'll say Briarburn is unconscious and currently dying, but is still
Immediately
alive.
spray him. Biotic spray.
Down! Ill down! No! You get that out of your mouth! No!
Ill grabs Lurin and runs off.
Thunder, what is that? Does that spray heal him by some
Cure-
hit points?
Cure wounds. First level.
All right, give
let's
me a
see.
roll for that. Ill goes to pick up Briarburn, but a charred hand grabs him at his arm, and he quickly lets go. Thunder runs over to administer health, and Ill steps back behind Ironhide and grabs the corpse of Lurin.
Yeah.
Is it a corpse or is it dying?
Well, no,
Lurin
this-
is full dead.
This guy's dead.
Oh, okay,
this
alright.
guy we had a fortuitous circumstance on.
Briarburn, meat and potatoes, is yelling and screeching at his burns and coughing, but is still alive due to the fortuitous circumstance from Ill's.
The dice give it, the dice take it away. Anyway, this is gonna take a lot of work to fix, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta fix it.
We all, I think, should probably chip in at this point. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell the rest of the crew that Lurin's dead and Briarburn is hideously burned for the rest of his life.
You go to do that. You inform the other crew they are pretty distraught at the turn of events, but kind of grasp their chests and begin asking a few questions about the crew, making sure everyone else besides him is okay.
Oh,
All of our
man.
supplies. All of the Debbies.
This is quickly going to be the thing, isn't it?
I swear, if you say all the Debbies are gone.
We just had a man die. Would you? You need to. You need to pick up this ship.
I will respectfully eat Lurin's brain when no one is watching.
What is that? Is that with a pinky out as you like?
Before I toss him into the cold embrace of nothingness, that is the astral plane, I will eat his brain.
If you're gonna do that, give me a stealth check, because you know that you would just know without a check that the crew would not take kindly to this, considering that Lurin is the brother of one of the crewmates.
Oh my god.
Bill doesn't respect that kind of family structure, but he also doesn't want these guys to mutiny, because then he's going to have to kill all of them. And that sounds like a lot of work. So, Bill will not eat Lurin's brain,
Okay.
but he'll lick his tentacles hungrily as he pushes them out into the
into the cold embrace of the astral sea.
Latch will say a few last words before you release a grip of Lurin as he floats off into the astral space. Bolt, there is a massive hole in front of you here in the spelljamming helm. Luckily, it was not directly hit, but very close to it. You're able to still get out of this room by sort of like stepping across the edges of the sides here. But there does seem to be a big hole, and as you peer down, it looks like quite a few bits of your supplies down below, especially in terms of food, has been eradicated.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Most unfortunate. Let's get a damage report together, and everybody make estimates on how much time it's going to take to repair this. Oh, God damn it. Folks, don't gotta watch. God damn.
I mean, well, what couldn't we couldn't do anything about this one.
Captain,
Listen,
is this a common occurrence? Did this happen on all your missions before?
Someone in this group is a jinx, and I think it's ill. Or Cogman.
I'm starting to think it's me. I came here to help everyone out.
Yeah, I think it's you too.
It was my specific goal to try and come here and help prevent people.
Listen, kid, has any of this weird shit ever happened to you before?
I mean, my dad served with ill, or maybe ill, but definitely bold.
Probably
sure.
not. Probably not me. I don't know your papa.
well, to be honest with you, there is something maybe I should get off of my chest.
Oh my god.
To his pocket and pulls up a coin. I took this from ghost pirates, and it's been cursing me ever since. That's gotta be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this over the board. And he just boop, flings it over. Alright, bad luck exercised. Let's go.
Oh, why would you question? Why would you carry that with you at all?
Well, you know, sometimes. Yeah.
Question retracted. Your answer is satisfying enough.
What if you just needed to return that to them, and now it's lost to the void of space, and you're going to be cursed and haunted for the rest of eternity, not being able to find a single coin out in the
We can still get it! We can still get a gamble!
Return the coin, or suffer my curse.
Il is going to spend the rest of the day down in the cargo bay seeing if there's any food he can cobble together. And Jason,
Okay.
I know purify food, so if there's anything that's like halfway burned, I will try to salvage it with my purify food and water spell.
Give me a D4 roll.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I thought that was clear with Il's response to it, that it was clearly a...
I just wanted it to be overt.
Yeah.
There is not a hole left, but you're able to salvage some. A lot of these crates and supplies are burnt right through. Some of them having likely just fallen through the hole here. You have about 2 days worth of food left.
Okay, well, that's enough to get us to T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
Luckily, you guys would keep most of your weapons and adventure gear in your separate rooms. But so a large part of this supplies here were the actual rations and like the necessary things for cooking for like you ill. But unfortunately, there's only 2 days left. There is likely to be some type of trading within T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
Yeah.
Civilization. Well, yes.
A ghost pirate coin? What I said.
You see a lot of things when you trade. That isn't the point right now. We need to get on our way.
All the food's burnt. This cosmic brownie tastes like a Star Crunch now.
So mad.
Listen, I make mistakes, and I'm sorry. Let me tell all of you individually if I need to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tell me 100 times worth of
I'm
gold
sorry.
rations.
Well,
Emma, don't play with fire on the ship. Emma, don't break the ship in half anymore. Emma, don't. You had a cursed coin. If you were blaming a lot of all this stuff happening that technically didn't have to happen on.
Guys, look,
you're right.
it's equally all of our faults if you think about it.
Is it ill?
Don't think about it very hard. Anyway, how long is it gonna take to fix our ship, God? Should we make a check or something?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
Check. Investigation or
Investigation will work.
Make a
Tools
Tinker
would work
Tools.
too. Yeah.
Ooh, 25 on Tinker Tools.
Here, Cogman. I was gonna give it to somebody.
okay.
Bolt follows around Cogman with his laminated map and says, "Yep, see, there should be floor here, and there's not."
Got a 14.
Between those who, okay, that's your bonus, Cogman. Okay, I was gonna say, Thunder, Cogman, Ill. Between your guys' checks assessing the damage, the holes are large. Luckily, none of the harder or hardier structures were hit. All of the beams and everything are still standing in place. Despite the look of it, most of the damage is superficial. You feel like with 2 full days worth of working, you have enough supplies. Although as you are checking the supplies, Porg, who is one of the other crewmates who was down below deck and didn't suffer any damage, mentions that you guys are low on wood. You'll need at least a couple bundles of wood, likely, let's say 10 pounds, actually 20 pounds worth of wood.
How the hell are we gonna find wood on an ice planet?
If you could get 20 pounds of wood, he says, no matter what shape, between both Thunder and, I believe it's Thunder, and now Bolt's mending, you guys can fix the ship within 2 days' time.
I also know mending if it matters. I don't think it does.
That's still helpful. So 2 days if you can get 20 more pounds of wood, because a lot of the supplies were hit.
We need that big wood.
Yeah, 20
man.
pounds.
I never learned that spell.
It's so bad.
Okay, so Ill and Bolt have the mending thing.
Yeah.
I can cast it as well if you need another.
Oh, no, okay. He was making a joke. Yeah, so the three of us know mending.
Okay. A day and a half then, how about that? But you you still need the wood.
Yeah, we gotta, let's limp on over to this good-for-nothing ice planet, cover our ship in snow so nobody finds it, and get 20 pounds of wood on a planet composed entirely of ice and snow, where it's always night. You know, the thing that prevents plants from growing.
It's okay. We're not jinxed anymore, so maybe it will be fine, and we'll find something similar to wood.
We should write a story about this. We traveled a long distance through the galaxy, burnt a hole through the ship, landed on a planet of ice, and someone died. We'll call it The Ballad of Fire and Ice. It'll be excellent.
I don't know. I think it's gonna lose its way towards the end of it.
That's true.
You start writing it now.
You guys, Crude comes out of his quarters and says, "Hey, something smells pretty good. I heard quite a tremble just a couple minutes ago. What's going on?"
We built the moon roof.
Oh. He comes over to assess the damage. Wow, it's much more easy to see outside, though I'm not sure we wanted to lose all the supplies down there.
Yeah.
Emma sneezed. You just gotta be careful around her.
This isn't I want everyone to know right now that this is Captain Bolt's fault and not mine for once.
Oh, Emma, breaking the ship in half, ramming us into others, probably setting off some type of fireball on the top deck.
Technically, I didn't break the ship in half.
Oh, I apologize, Emma. Ramming the ship into another and
Crew,
setting
why
a
are you up here?
fireball
What
on
do
the
you
top
want?
ship. I'm just
Let's
trying to
get
see if there's any
roll.
tasty treats.
All right. There's no. You can't go back. Go to.
All right.
No
He-
tasty treats. Don't talk to me about tasty
he
treats right now. I'm gonna make you a
extends a-
tasty treat. You understand tasty treat?
He shoots a
Look,
quick
you're
pseudopod out to grab off a flaky piece of burnt wood and quickly absconds it
Yeah.
back into a room.
Yeah, just give him a bunch of burnt wood and shit. All right, well, we're close now. Let's keep moving.
All
Look at
right.
that cat. Look at that cat.
Hey, who's in the chat right now? Just give me a hey, yeah, in the chat.
Hey,
Why
yeah.
would ya?
Hey, yeah.
Also, you guys can move the ship forward if you'd like.
Hey, are there any gamers in the chat? Gamers in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Clyde's, I'm pretty sure you followed me a couple days ago. Hey, Clyde, you
Clyde?
win the Rhyme of Frost Maiden.
You can clap.
You did very good.
Congratulations, you've won.
Good job, Clyde. I appreciate you sticking around though, Slippery. That's really awesome. Clyde, I'm gonna private message you when we get done with the stream and get some deets from you. So, you just won the book. Good job, buddy. All right.
Nice.
So, you guys continue. You can move the ship forward. Again, if there's anything you want to do on a particular day, let me know. Otherwise, passage seems relatively safe.
Huh, yeah. I wonder what poor soul that coin is gonna land in. Like, what poor soul's pocket. You could have buried it, you could have melted it, you could have, I don't know, exercised it.
What if it
Spent it in
burns
a
up?
vending machine.
Put it in a vending machine. Haunting vending machine?
Actually, that's a movie I would like to see.
What?
Came for the Snickers, stayed for the blood.
It is the final day. You guys want to do anything before closing in on Chillimere? It is up to you.
I'm good.
All right. Everyone is good. Go ahead and move it up one more.
Oh, if the boys wanted their body burned burial, like a burial burning cremation, I would have gladly provided my.
I think that they would like that. They would ask Il to hold on to the body so that Emma can give a proper, like a Nordic, like burning of the boat, although there is no boat. You guys just use...
Well, technically, yeah, there's a boat. And it has burnt.
Yeah, some pieces. You guys do have 2 boats, I think, right? Did you guys buy 2, escape boats?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. He knows the mission and instead is able to scrape together just some burnt pieces of the supplies downstairs to give a makeshift raft so that you guys can send him off. And
Oh
Emma,
yeah, I'll put a gold on gold on his eyes so he has that to go.
all right,
Let's go
you
with-
lose 2 gold pieces, placing them on his eyes, and do that kind of kindling thing with some fire magic. And as he sets off into the distance, his brother sheds a tear and slaps a fist to his chest and wishes him goodbye as it catches fire floating off in the distance.
Bolt says some captain-y words and then plays flute as he sends it out to sea. Bye, farewell.
Oh no.
Shame you don't have any.
Oh god.
I'm a bard. you see.
It's perfect. It's perfect for it. After those proceedings, you guys head towards Chillimere. As you begin to descend, seeing in the distance the icy planetoid up ahead, you're able to take note as the ship begins to close in that the entire surface of this somewhat circular planetoid. It's hard to tell because the surface looks very rigorously covered in ice and patches of snow. It almost as though gives off the look of it looks like a mountainous region, probably in the lower area, but from what it looks like in the distance, almost like icicles hanging off the bottom of the planetoid. As you guys approach, Bolt, you and the others are able to use the coordinates provided to you all from the Neogi notes and descend where you assume the village of T.H.U.N.D.E.R is located.
It looks kind of cold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on just a second here. Gonna do some things real quick. I'm just switching some stuff. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good there. That's good there.
Keep going.
Let me grab your...
No.
You guys, I'm gonna grab your tokens from the previous map on Scoria only because you guys would have, despite suffering some damages from all of that, you would have obviously healed up, taking a long rest in between now and then.
Well, can't win them all. Sometimes you get a new ship and it gets a big hole blown in it almost immediately.
Well,
Oh man, so bad.
in hindsight, the spell actually worked. I was hoping to use that in case we had incoming fire to help reduce it. I mean, it worked at least.
On us.
Sadly.
As you descend, Bolt, in the distance, you can see catching and flowing up into the sky what looks like a smokestack. And through the falling snow, once you descend and pierce through the relatively cloudless sky here, you're able to perceive what looks like the village of T.H.U.N.D.E.R in the distance, a couple miles out as you're slowly descending. And it looks as though to be a relatively sized village, although on the smaller end, and is covered by a large, not steel, but like stone wall that kind of surrounds the outside. You also see up in the sky, providing what appears to be dim light, is the red moon that hangs up in the sky.
Spooky.
All
right. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'll be. It's just like this in the storybooks.
Ooh, look at this animated background.
It looks neat.
Well, the music hates it. Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Like one or the other. You either get sound effects or you get motion.
Roll 20. Fuck. All right. Oh, I'd rather have the sound for the immersion.
This session brought to you by Fantasy Grounds.
All right. You guys land and find yourselves
I don't
here.
like it here. I don't like it here. I don't like it here. I don't like it here.
I'm gonna reload because once I do that, it just makes everything shit itself.
Okay. Cap, do we need to hide this?
We do.
You guys are a couple 100 feet up in the air, probably out of the sight of whatever inhabitants may be down in this T.H.U.N.D.E.R village below.
Right. Well, if this place is tidally locked, then we can always count on the moon being in the same position. So let us put the moon opposite us from... We're going to be... let's park over there. So the idea is to have us all in line. It'll be the ship, the village, T.H.U.N.D.E.R, and then the moon will be beyond that.
Okay.
So that we know which way to go back.
With that setup, you guys end up landing probably a safe distance outside. So You're not seen, and we'll say that you guys are on the. You end up landing based on that position on the out on the east side of the village itself, and find yourselves out enough distance so that there's going to be a slight walk, but is able to at least cover most of the larger squid ship and a thick pocket of snow and sleet that pelts it.
Right. Well,
Out here is a relatively barren and featureless valley of snow with some rolling hills. In the distance, though very difficult to see, everything is low light here. In the distance, you're able to see, just barely visible, the silhouette of the walls of T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
Okay. Let me check how long Disguise Self lasts.
I am also proficient with Disguise Kit, which I had forgotten, but I remember now because I'm a rogue. I mean a bard. I mean both.
It only lasts an hour, so I'm gonna wrap my face in like scarves and bandages so my tentacles aren't visible at the very least.
Sure.
I guess I'll try to do something similar. Maybe if do we have like a scarf in that clothing?
Yeah,
pack?
you guys bought winter clothing, so that would include large fur pelts to go over top of some thick, sturdy fur clothing, and just some face coverings to kind of shield you from the brunt of the cold winds.
All right. Let's go say hi. They're probably friendly.
Are they friendly to GIF? What the manual will say? Bolt.
Just put your put that hood over your big gift head and pull your collar off your big gift nose, and that'll be fine.
I'm so cool. Look at my hood. It covers my face.
Just remember, we gotta, keep covered up the whole time until we know otherwise. Yeah.
That should be an action figure.
All right. Secret stealth action figure on this action mission.
Oh yeah, Dark Frontiersman action.
All right.
You're my favorite.
Let's go.
You begin to head that way. As you begin to head that way, some of the crew comes up to you, Bolt, and says, "Sir, should we stay on the ship?"
Yes. You guys, take watch rotations and shorten up the shift so that there's always somebody watching and fully awake. All right? Nobody
Yes,
gets
sir.
caught. We've lost enough people already.
Understood, sir, he says, and slaps a fist to his chest.
Is there anything we could leave with them so they can like keep warm or anything like that? So they don't freeze to death in this ship?
Yeah, I'm on fire.
That's a good question. You guys do have 2 extra sets of warm clothing.
Oh.
Well,
I suppose we have 3 because I bought one and then I got this coat.
That's true. So there would
Okay,
technically be 3 left over.
Nice.
The crew tells you that they feel that they could last a decent amount within the interior of the ship, but eventually it would give way to the cold, so...
Okay.
With the giant hole in that. You had an idea?
Well, there's a giant hole. No, not one that doesn't involve burning wood, but maybe we can just have them come with us.
what do you guys think? You wanna... Well, who would guard the ship then, actually? What if somebody found the ship?
True. What are they gonna do to defend the ship?
I mean, they're capable enough. They can fire the weapons, can't you?
We know how to operate the ship, yes, so we should be okay. We should be able to manage this severe cold, at least for a day, but hopefully you're able to return, at least with some supplies to ensure that we are able to stay safe, if time requires you to stay out longer than that.
Well, I think we have our time frame then, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
maybe we find some path in between there if we don't get the chance to make it back in a day. Why don't you all come with us, collect the supplies, and then you can return to the ship after we've collected some.
Good idea.
Of course, sir, they say.
Hey, and listen, I bet we could just get some supplies from them, like by doing some. What, they probably want us to kill rats in a basement or something in this backwoods planet. We have guns. They don't even know. We could take over this whole town if we wanted to, probably. Just saying.
I'm concerned about your. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
Yeah, to hell with the rules.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Let's go get some supplies, Bob.
As you guys each descend from the ship, landing into the surface of T.H.U.N.D.E.R, you hear the soft crunch of ice underneath your footfalls. And anywhere you guys step here, along with it being low light, it is also difficult terrain. So you kind of have to like pick your feet up, especially Emma and Bolt. You guys got to pick your feet up very high to kind of clear the...
All fours.
Emma looks like a corgi running through snow. You see her head kind of bound out every once in a while.
It could be a corgi and actually do that.
Actually, yeah, she could turn into a corgi anytime she wanted to. That's funny.
You guys could also ride a shoulder each, because I'm technically a large creature.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, no.
If you're offering once my tootsies get tired and cold, I'll take you up on that.
Pick me up now.
Oh yeah, come here, my little champion. There you go. Boop.
Dual-wielding halflings.
My tootsies are cold and tired.
Come here. Oh, you're my little favorite. Look at you. Look at you in a little
immediately. 2 seconds later, my tootsies are tired.
that same sad face. Pick me up, pick me.
You want to warm up my tootsies there, Ironhide? You guys begin to trek towards the silhouetted stone walls that raise up like 3 or so stories. Not terribly high, but enough to provide what looks like a relatively good defense against anything that was to try and just bound into the town for whatever reason. As you guys are trudging through the snow, eventually there does seem to be what looks to be not like forcibly made, but likely created just through a number of passage by people moving to and fro, walking through the snow, a bit of a walkway, sort of like a path where the snow dips down. You can actually see piercing through it a little bit of the brown of like the dirt level underneath it. You begin following this winding path as it heads towards T.H.U.N.D.E.R. As you continue, you are able to see up ahead now that there is a bridge that runs over a frozen lake. And at the far end of the bridge, there is the stone wall and 2 large, very tall wooden doors with a latch on them. And what looks to be 2 Goliath people, you're not sure if they're male or female from this distance, standing guard in what looks like warm clothing on both sides of this wooden door, just kind of standing at attention.
And by the way, I think Yetifoot was the one that I liked the most, so I'm saying we're from Yetifoot. Ho there! Ho there, friends!
You begin to step up, Bolt, or have Ironhide walk forward, carrying both of you on his shoulders.
Take me. Put him at eye level. Yeah, what are GIF compared to Goliath? What's the size difference?
You notice normally I would say that the Goliath, these 2 Goliath here, as you approach, all of you, as Bolt calls them out, There's one female on the right, one male on the left. They're a little taller than you, Ironhide. You notice that their skin is particularly pale with just a touch of blue in its tones. They have some tattooed marking across their faces. They bear, as I mentioned, the warm furs. It's difficult to tell their physique underneath the furs. You get this sense just from their facial features and kind of like the lower ends of their necks that they're pretty muscular, but not too different from you because you're a particularly muscular gif instead of a chonky gif. As you call out Bolt and everyone approaches, the female Goliath says, "Ho, what business do you have here?"
Well, you see, we're a traveling bunch, and our caravan is broken down over yonder. We were hoping that you would let us in so that we could browse your wares. We don't get out this way much.
She says, "Travelers, what town do you hail from?"
Well, you see, we're all from different towns. I'm from Yeti's Foot. That was out of character.
Bolt looks down at a pre-prepared note card.
You see, we're a traveling bunch of salesmen. We travel together, so we're all from different places. Like my friend here, he just motioned backwards. Was
also from Yeti's Foot.
See, also from Yeti's Foot, but differently from me. That we have a friend that is from.
I'm from Snowsock.
Excellent, Snowsock. You see, we ran into a rough patch back there, and we need some supplies to get our caravan back and running.
I'll say Bolt, make a deception check at advantage because everyone kind of pitched in.
Thank you guys for picking up on my bullshit as fast as you did.
I was really wanting like Cogman or someone to say, "I'm also from Yeti's Foot."
At advantage.
Yeah.
You reversed.
What you want?
You guys close in a little bit, like halfway across the bridge over the frozen lake. The female steps forward, the male kind of still standing in attention, studying you all. She steps up and gives you each a once-over. She kind of cranes her neck a little bit to the side as she eyes you, Cogman, and Thunder, and looks back to you, Bolt, and says, "Do you have trading papers with you?"
Well, no.
They're wrecked in the caravan.
Back in the
caravan.
Like he says, they're back in the caravan. We're just trying to survive. You see all the weather out there. We got hit up in some bad parts of it. And,
somehow we weren't prepared.
She looks to you and says, "You don't look familiar. You've been to Chillamere before."
I haven't actually. Has any of you guys been here before?
No. I usually trade with Frigid Grid. Frigid.
Make a persuasion check. You're not lying from saying that, you in particular.
Persuasion.
This is a nightmare.
Can I give him advantage if I'm trained in it?
If you're trained in it, yes.
Oh, excellent. Now this is something of a specialty on that equation. So, unless the dice fuck me, this is gonna be good. The dice kind of fucked me.
Well, that's still a 17, though.
17 on an 8.
Nice. She studies you all for a second and then responds, "All right. You're going to want to get those replaced before heading back. Sorry about what happened to your caravan. If you need, we could potentially try to spare a member or two to aid you on the recovery of that."
We got plenty of hands. It's an unfortunate damage. It's a simple repair. We just need the materials, if I'm honest.
She says, You'll find an adventuring supply store within. You can do your dealings there with what you have left. You can also catch a bit of rest and a pint to drink over at the Frosted Nipper. It's a tavern not too far inside.
Oh, yes. Sure.
She essentially relays the areas in which to find these, kind of telling you which places to travel down.
Sure. And to get my papers in order?
You'll likely want to speak to our speaker. Her name is Fearless Herder. She's busy right now, but it's likely that she'll make some time for you.
You must stop laughing.
No, you said.
She's shaking and like making weird noises anyway.
Could you? I didn't think I heard you right. Did you say the Fearless
Fearless Herder.
Herder, spelled with a U? Herder?
Herder, like herding sheep.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. That's what I. Oh, thank God. All right. Yeah. Well, shall we then, friends?
She says, don't cause any trouble and there won't be any. Be safe in your travels within these walls. She steps over and the two of them lift a large wooden latch and put it down and begin to push open the doors. Actually, no, what they would do is they would knock, and within inside the walls you would hear the shifting of wood, and then the doors would open up into the inside, and the frost of the cold frost and snow continues to pelt you guys. Although it's largely, you feel relatively warm in these warm furs and stuff you guys bought. You feel very good about buying these. It will also mean technically you do not suffer exhaustion from the cold weather, unless you're really going out of your way to overexert yourselves. As your breath kind of shoots out of your mouth with a mist, you continue to trudge through the dirt, the rest of you, and enter into Chilly-Mere. I'm going to reveal that area below.
Yeah, don't start trouble, won't be trouble. That's what I was just telling my friends the other day. You guys have exactly the same philosophy as me. I'm going to like it here. And you're going to like us.
That's not a suspect thing to say at all.
So you guys will see that marked on this map here is an area that shows back out to the squid ship over on the right. You guys entered from the east side, so you have your sort of like party token there, and I'll give you freedom to move that by giving you control of it. You were given directions, as mentioned by the female Goliath, to the tavern, the adventure and supply, and the speaker of this particular village here. There may be other places of interest, but you'll have to discover those. So what do you do? As you guys enter, there is another Goliath behind you who pushes the doors closed. You hear the moaning of wood as they lock back up, and he lowers this large piece that keeps them held shut.
So, let's get our supplies first, because I don't know where the hell we're supposed to start looking for any sort of potential Dark Trine activity. Well, I'm obviously not saying that in front of the guard's face. I'm waiting for out of earshot.
Right, he would give you the same reaction either way. Let's come up with a different. Let's call it ham sandwiches. Let's call them ham sandwiches.
What?
We'll look for any scrap of ham sandwich we can find. We're here, and we'll do our normal kind of shopping. We need somewhere to stay, and we need to get our supplies. So let's divvy up and also look for ham sandwiches, right, yo?
What is with you guys and food all the time?
Okay, ham sandwiches was a bad idea then.
Ham sandwiches it is.
Oh.
You guys notice, just to paint a picture, the streets here are just covered in dirt and bits of melted snow from the travel here. The dim light here gives everything a bit of a sort of slight red tinged glow from the moon up above. the various lights here twinkle in the distance around the town. There is a layer that seems to lead up a little bit, path off in the distance that looks like it heads north. On the far end, you see a number of forests and things like that. And over to your left, you see a variety of what looks like farms and things that are around here. Both of what looks like livestock and a mixture of what actually looks like maybe some type of flora as well. As you step in, there is the occasional... most people are like very covered in their furs, as you guys would be. You see the occasional passerby, what looks like a dwarf, and the occasional human. The streets here are pretty barren, though you do see plenty of buildings with lights on. It looks like most people are trying to maintain inside some type of building and traveling outside when they need to stay in the warmth. Any visage that you catch of their actual skin, they look very pale. It looks like this place, the people here were born here and have grown up in a sunless world.
Probably die here.
I was born here and I'll die here.
Well, interesting that they are growing things here.
I mean, I guess the buildings have to be made out of something, right?
That's very true.
To your immediate right also looks to be a very tall watchtower.
Oh, what was the fuck was that?
It was a guard falling out of the tower.
Ah, fuck!
It's another fire lich crashing into the ground.
Wolf problems. Do they have wolf problems here? Maybe that's the place to start for wolf people that we're trying to get info on.
True. Good thinking.
Hunters.
Probably.
Let's look for hunters.
Yeah, there was some in the tavern. Anyway, I'll take the meat and potatoes and we'll go looking for wood. Maybe at the supply shop.
I'll go to the tavern and look for hunters.
You don't have to tell me twice to go looking at the tavern, so let's go looking at the tavern. Anybody who wants to come gets around on me. I'll put something in a go.
I did. That's fine. I'm all right. Here, big guy, you're with me, and he points to Thunder specifically. You're too young to go to the tavern anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of purifying the alcohol anyways.
All right.
What did he say? You're not bigger than me. Go with him.
Let's go.
Emma's running towards the warm tavern full of alcohol, probably jolly souls, hopefully.
Wouldn't your gym tell you where that is?
Oh, my gym. My drunk... I have a drunk gym. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would... there's a tavern.
Stone of Drunkards always knows the direction when I'm drunk. Okay, alright. So I can get drunk and still know the direction.
You just have to clink your glasses together and say there's no place like foam, and you'll know exactly where
So, you guys are splitting up. Emma is heading to the tavern. Who else is following with her?
Yep.
Bolt. Anybody else?
I'm going for muscle.
Ironhide. Okay. And then, let's see, Thunder, Cogman. You guys are headed where?
And meat and potatoes, yeah.
Oh, he's following with you? Okay.
I guess so, because they have to take the wood back to the ship anyway, right? With the supplies, so.
Yeah, well, it's not meat and potatoes. It is the other, somewhat slightly stocky brother, as meat and potatoes is recovering from his serious third-degree burns.
Fair.
He got blown up.
He sure did.
You go boom.
He follows along with you. In the distance, you see, even above the wall, you're able to see a thrush, plenty number of foliage off in the distance, and it looks like there is a exit at the far end here of the town that seems to which you assume, just based off of what you can see above the walls here, lead off into some type of a wood-like area. I say thrush foliage, but it is not as though there are leaves on any of these trees here. You just see what looks like a number of dead branches off in the distance.
Well, that's something.
So as you guys split up, we'll say Thunder, Cogman. Cogman, you're heading with the group headed towards the woods?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, along with the other crew member, head that way. And then Emma, you and the others head towards the Frosted Nipper Tavern.
It just sounds dirty every time you say it.
Look, that was the whole point. We had the horse's nectar. Now
The
it's
horse's
frosted-
nectar sounds worse.
The centaur's nectar, that's what it was.
That's right. Milk.
Now it's the Frosted Nipper. You can see light coming through very frozen over windows here, Emma, and are able to, as you open up the front door, a tuft of snow falls from like the hanging wood logo of the Frosted Nipper, and you step inside. You're immediately greeted by a unusually pleasant warmth. The tavern here is actually relatively lively. A number of folks are here, some enjoying their drink. A couple are seated like one-on-one at some smaller tables, and they occasionally slam their drinks down and give a hearty yell and grab at their stomachs.
Valley old souls. What do they all look like? Are they Goliaths?
It is a good mixture of what looks like largely dwarves with some humans, although there is the occasional Goliath mixed in.
Look at all these fun people. Anyone looking gruff hunter-like?
Give me a perception check.
Gruffy boys, girls?
Give you,
let-
yeah, don't forget that they also carry bow weapons. Take a dude, one of those.
And this was the perception? Ooh. I want to roll my bardic inspiration. Well, no, I'll save it one. I got 21 perception.
Nice. Most of the people here look relatively lively. There is some of them, it's a little hard to tell exactly who may be hunter or not, because most garb here is just straight up like bunches of furs and stuff like that. The area is relatively well lit, and there is a hearty fire off to the corner, though you don't see any wood there that seems to be going. Actually, I take that back. You would see some wood underneath. And as you peer around with that perception check, you are able to eye one of the more darker corners of this tavern that seems to have a lone figure sort of taking a drink themselves underneath a thick woolen hood. It's difficult to make out their features from here. One of the few who seems to be drinking alone. That's what you see.
Maybe that's the Harmer girl that we're looking for. I wanna put on my best smile and get a drinks. Tell Bolt that I'm gonna look for some friends.
Okay, well, you stay safe and good luck.
Yeah.
Just yell, and if something.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I mean, it's a jolly tavern. It's fine. Look, I'm just gonna two drinks. Bring it up to people like free drinks. All right, barkeep, two.
You order 2 ales. Costs a gold piece to order 2 of them, and a very hardy-looking Goliath female across the counter slides 2 of them over to you. They kind of spill a little bit as they reach you.
Thank you.
You grab these very thick large wooden mugs, almost the size of what would be comfortable more for a Goliath than even a medium-sized creature. So you're just like, you almost have to wrap your arms around them instead of holding their handles to grab them.
I was going to say, these are practically buckets if scale works.
Yes, yeah, they are more like buckets to you and Bolt than they are
This, my
mugs.
friend, is a pint.
Yeah, Emma will.
As you,
wobble.
she slides them over your way, Emma. You kind of grip them in your hands, and you like throw a coin up on the table, like a gold, from what you would know would be like the relative cost for something like that. She looks down and looks back up at you and says, "What's this?"
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna like look back, put the wobble back to the bar, put them down, the drinks down.
She picks up the gold piece and sort of like turns it in her fingers and gives you a raised eyebrow.
That, I'm a trader, you see, and that is currency.
Make a deception check, Emma.
Really? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my inspiration on this one.
Currency.
Deception. Oh boy. Yep. Inspirational. Okay.
Still got Bard.
She.
Oh, I still have Bardic Inspo. Well, I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
Cat and Bolt always watching my back. 13.
She laughs a bit between the hardy table goers here and says, "It's a nice trinket, but we don't take these things here."
Is there an exchange place I can go to?
Oil, she says.
Oh no.
Oil.
We use oil.
Where can I get oil?
She laughs. You could check the supply shop here in town. You must be new here, obviously.
Yeah.
If there's not any there, well, looks like you're gonna have to go fishing.
Where would I fish if there's no oil in the shop? Where would I go fishing, and what would I fish for?
She says, quite a few creatures in the waters that may be able to give you some type of oil if you can wrangle them down. She peers over the counter and looks at your small form and says, not sure if you could wrestle down a whale, but I've seen stranger things. Lake Numb up north may have some type of fish-going creature that could provide you with oil. You're gonna need more than just yourself if you're looking to come back safe.
Well, luckily for me, I have a whole traveling merchant party who are also warriors and can also wrestle bears and whales at once. So I'll be back for these pints. Thanks for the info. Bye.
She pushes one towards you and says, you can have one.
Okay, thanks, bye!
Oh my god.
You wrap your arms around it.
Yeah, she's like... and she's gonna walk up to Bolt and give him that information that we need to go to an oil, the store for oil or possibly fishing supplies, because if we need money, that's what we need to do.
Oil instead of gold. What a crazy idea. Well, hope everybody else is getting on better than we are.
Meanwhile,
What do you mean you don't take gold? I'll kill you!
Ill,
No.
Cogman, and Thunder, you guys head to the opposite side of the village here, there is what looks like actually 2 human guards here over at this post. They eye you and say, "Hail, looking to head to Dead Frost?"
That's the name of the shop? Then yes.
No, that's not
Oh no, the forest. That's
the
right.
shop. That's the Dead Frost out here, the forest.
He's kidding. He's kidding. Look, we're looking for wood from the forest. He got confused. We need some kindling and things to build a noble human cabin with.
I see. Well then, if you're looking to head out to Dead Frost, you're more than welcome to go that way. Just
Okay.
be careful of what you see out there.
What does that mean?
What do you see out there?
Who are you? What business you have in town? Out of curiosity.
Listen, we're just pioneering entrepreneurs trying to start our way in life, starting a new trading company called Blaze of Glory. Remember the name. And you know, we're gonna make a name for ourselves, but to do that, we need wood to build an outpost. About 20 pounds of it. You got, you know, where we could acquire such wood. Also, food. We need food.
You could grab that from the supply here in town. As for the wood, you're welcome to head to Dead Frost. Hopefully you don't believe in any rumors, tall tales.
Do tell. I love a good rumor.
They look at one another. There is another male on the other side, and he says, "It's not true. Don't scare them. They're new here, clearly."
I don't scare easy.
The one you guys are speaking to turns back to you, his pale skin kind of coming a little more clear as he pulls his hood up a little bit to speak with you. "Whatever you do when you're out in Dead Frost, stay away from the lights."
The light? What, like people building campfires out there?
There is word that something stalks the woods. If you see the faint glow of a light in the distance in between the wood of the trees, you best not go towards it, he says with a smirk.
Oh, well, thank you kindly for the information. Now, I don't suppose you mind we got some supplies to get?
Of course, if you have everything you need to gather wood. None of us really go towards Dead Frost much anymore.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We're just gonna head by the old adventure shop.
Of course. Let us know if you need to open the gates.
Of course. And as soon as we get out of earshot, I lean over to Cogman. What a bunch of fucking nut jobs.
Organics and their superstitions.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I know you got this thing against organics. They're like a rung below, you know? It's like humans and monkeys, you know? It's like a planet of monkeys, ice monkeys. Anyway, let's go get this stuff.
It's about, you guys head over to the Adventure and Supply. Team A, Emma, Bolt, Ironhide, are you guys all staying in the tavern?
We sure
We
are.
got that lone stranger to talk to.
Alright. You guys, Team B, Ill Thunder Cogman, begin to head towards Adventure Supply. As you step inside, the slightly warmer inside, to find a number of supplies here in this relatively stocked shop here. It's actually a pretty large building. More of like a kind of like an expo thing than like a smaller cabin store or anything like that. Emma, you have a large mug in your hand back in the tavern. Bolt and Ironhide, you guys have grabbed an empty table. What do you do?
Emma wants to walk up with her big old mug to the lone stranger.
Okay.
And you know, put her mug on the table and hop up in a chair. And try to make conversation like, boy, what about this weather, right?
He seems to have been sharpening a large, what looks like a carving knife, or maybe a scalper's knife, or I should say a skinner's knife, like for pelts and stuff.
A fillet knife.
And he says, "It's always cold."
So, you know, me and my friends been traveling around, trying to get to know the place. Lots of people been sticking together. But you are all alone over here in a tavern full of warmth and jolliness. Just wanted to introduce myself to you and see if you wanted a good conversation.
He looks up from this darkened corner and raises a mitted hand to pull back his cowl a little bit. He's still in the darkness of the corner here, but with the ambient light and him pulling back his cowl, you now see that this older human has a bandage tied across his face. It seems to be concealing what looks like a wound where his nose ought to be. The bandage also, as he kind of pulls it back off of his head, covers his right ear, and it looks as though from the way it presses firmly against his head, most of it is missing. He's wearing a cloak of wolf pelts and dark woolen breeches and what looks like a gray linen tunic with some boots.
Jackpot.
You a hunter of some kind?
He grips at one of his gloved mitts and pulls it off and reaches out a fully fingered hand, except for one pinky missing, and says, "Name's Malik, and yes, I be a hunter."
Hey, Malik. She's gonna grab his hand with both of hers and shake it. I'm Emma, and I'm an aspiring hunter. You doing some hunting for oil anytime soon?
Not oil.
Oh.
I hunt the things that are more of a danger to villages like these.
Like, what kind of things?
Make a persuasion check, Emma.
You're a record scratch, and he looks at you. Ham sandwiches.
I would fucking wish.
He says, I don't hunt things for oil. I hunt to kill to ensure the people inside walls like this can continue living freely.
Oh. Protector of sorts. What kind of nasty beasts could possibly be out there?
He gives you a look up and down and says, right now. And he leans in a little bit. I'm hunting the wolf demon.
Oh, the wolf demon. A wolf demon. Just one wolf demon?
As far as I know.
Oh. What has it done? What does it look like?
Hard to tell. I've only caught snippets of what I believe to be something like it.
Oh,
Heard
do you
different stories, but only one exists at a time.
Oh, okay.
He pauses for a second, and there's a curious look on his face. He notices your very bristly, burgeoning hair that kind of pops out from the tufts of the sides of your warm clothing. Mm-hmm. And he rummages through his packs and pushes over a piece of note paper and a feather pen and says, "Write your name for me, lass."
Oh, is this a magic trick? What is it? We get okay. Get him. She writes it in like scratchy cursive for him.
More scratchy than you normally would, or is that just your natural way of writing?
She's just natural. She's chicken scratch, so it's just normal for her.
Okay. You jot it down, and he pulls it over to him. As you go to reach, as you're done, like pushing it towards him, you go to pull your hands back, and he grips one of your hands with his own and pulls it closer to his eyes. He studies it. He leans back.
Palm reading? Palm reading?
And lets go. Just making sure you're not one of them, lass.
What are they? What? What? What do you mean? You wanted my name and you looked at my hand?
You've been asking a lot about me, but what about you? He says, turning the note. Emma?
Well, I slowly turn over and I look at Bolt, and I slowly turn back. I'm a merchant from Gettysville, and
yeah.
I'm here for supplies, and I would like just to know more about the place that we're in.
Make a deception check at disadvantage.
Gettysville! I love it!
Gettysville. So good. So
he seems to be studying you intently, gripping the skinning knife in hand.
Okay. Oh, 2 19s. Okay, so 19.
Ooh. Wow.
I don't know why I rolled it.
That's amazing.
I sure hope Emma's not in trouble over there. Oh well.
He leans back into the darkness and continues to run it across smaller, like pocket-sized whetstone he has. You hear the pull of it against the rock with this blade, and he says, "Yeti's village, eh?"
Yeah, Yetisville. Mm-hmm.
Doing some trades in town.
Yep. I'm really interested in this hunting, though. I think it's probably my calling. I'd probably be really good at it, better than fishing. I'm not really, water is just like meh. Cold.
What do you fish, Emma? He says.
The kind that you have to wrestle, the wrestling kind, the big ones, the ones oil.
And what kind be they? He says as he begins to lean across the table now.
The kind that are big.
He smiles, and you can see it half lit in the darkened corner here. And moving quick as lightning, you watch as he launches himself over the table, gripping you by the neck and pushing the force of his body on top of yours, slamming you to the ground. A chair falls nearby, and he pulls up his knife as if he's about to drive it down on you. And he yells, "Demon!" And that's where we'll end this session.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Every session is a train wreck in slow motion. We just get ourselves in all sorts of trouble. Some of it's even our fault. Some of it's our fault. But some of it isn't. And that's what makes it all the more fun.
How far away is Emma from me?
Yeah.
Like, less than 30 feet? Because...
within 30 feet.
Okay, well, good news is my old warrant picked up Cassandra. She's my crossbow. She's like Sting. She gives me early warnings and stuff. So
would that also let me shoulder check this dude?
Well, we'll say that Bolt, there is a sort of like clear signal from what is this now? What is this giving this to you?
This is the magic.
It's your crossbow.
Crossbow of warning, I think it was the normal name for it.
Yeah, you feel a perkling sensation from your crossbow. And as you look around, preparing for yourself to be jumped, you watch as Emma is tackled to the ground by this shady figure in the corner of the room, knife held up in the air as if to bring down a striker. Ironhide, you kind of stand up from your seat, the chair behind you quickly falling back over. And that is where we will end the session.
But Jason, did I get the wood? You can't
got the wood.
Finger like that. I have to know.
Well, we'll have to find out next session of Dark Frontier.
Good.
Thank you everybody for stopping by. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Good. I've been wanting to do a winter place for some time now. And now I have the opportunity to. I changed the map up top to above the village if any of you guys care.
Oh, cool.
Looks
really nice.
more villagey.
Yeah, look at that.
Thank you everybody who joined us. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Slippery Steve, and that follow from Lavendrus, I believe, or Alundrus, however you want to say it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Clydes, for sticking around and yelling out that you're around. And so I'm going to make sure and give you a DM here in the next day or so. And I'll do it on Twitch so I can get some deets from you, so that I can see where to send your Rime of the Frost Maiden hardcover. So you should enjoy that. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in it. It's actually one of the better supplements I think that Wizard has put out. There's lots of fun stuff in there.
Agreed.
Thank you guys so much. If you missed any of these sessions and want to get caught up, we have all the VODs here on Twitch, and they're on YouTube if that's a little easier for you, because I know more devices are easier to play with YouTube than Twitch. Twitch as an app is not my favorite. Also over on YouTube, I have like a session 1 through 7 first arc recap, which can condense like, I don't know, 20 something hours of gameplay into a 2-minute thing if you want to get a quick crash course in what's been happening, as well as just a general sort of like lore dump that you can catch as like a series primer. All of those are over on YouTube. Stay up to date on my Twitter and go follow that if you haven't already. All of my social stuff, which is the YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, that's GAWD_mode. Go follow those if you want to stay informed. I do the giveaways and stuff on Twitter, and do a lot of fun stuff. I also stream outside of D&D here, although this is probably my favorite time of the week. I do stream on the weeknights, usually playing RPG stuff. I've been playing some scary stuff. I'll be playing some Phasmophobia, hopefully tomorrow, and that'll be kind of fun, so you should stick around for that. You can see my schedule down below, and the About page down below here on the Twitch if you want to get some more details on the channel. Did someone say lore? Yeah, what's your, Slippery, what's your, throw in your Twitch channel real quick. Slippery is the guy that I said also does some Spelljammer stream, which I followed his channel because it looked cool, and I've been trying to kind of network with some people that look pretty cool and do some D&D themselves, but I was not aware that it was actually Spelljammer inspired. So you should make sure and throw that here in the chat, and we'll give you a follow. I'm assuming it's probably just Slippery Steve. Duh. Go follow his channel and check out his content. Thank you so much for the follow and stuff like that, and the shout out over on Twitter. That was nice of you. Yeah, that's it. Come join us again. This is kind of a spookier session, but it's going to continue outside of October. We'll be back next Friday, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 p.m. Pacific. Come hang out, build up your Twitch channel points, buy cool things. There's plenty of cool goodies that the people handed out today, which was a lot of fun. Thank you, husband and wife stream, for fireballing and killing some of the crew. That was fantastic.
Slim needs to give that wife of his a stern talk.
Some terror is more dangerous than others. But thank you all. I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Have a good week. Enjoy Halloween if you guys are doing anything tomorrow in the evening, and have fun. And we will all catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.